The following is a special presentation from the Mountain Coast Network. Georgia Highlands College presents Paulding County Patriot football on the World Wide Web through Mixlr.com. Live coverage of Paulding County Patriot games on the Mountain Coast Network is brought to you in part by Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, Logical Systems, your East Rome and Armuchee McDonald's, First Bank Mortgage, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Georgia Power, and Automax. Now, let's go live to the stadium for tonight's game with the voices of Paulding County football, Steve Turrentine and Logan Maddox.
And welcome into Dave Hardin Stadium right here in Dallas, Georgia. Finally back at home here on the Mountain Coast Network as Paulding County will open region play and play their homecoming game tonight here at home against Alexander. And Steve, doesn't it feel just so good to be back at home?
I tell you, it is so good to be. I didn't know what to do last Friday, to be honest. I tuned in and listened to a couple of games, but yeah, it's nice to be back out, and especially here at Dave Hardin Stadium. It's such a beautiful stadium. And just a great atmosphere, and man, I'm looking forward to tonight already.
And as you can hear, we mentioned it's homecoming. They're actually announcing the queens in each grade. They've also got a homecoming king ceremony. We're going to try to tune in and see who takes it home. They've already announced the freshman and sophomore winners of, I believe they called it Homecoming Princess.
Junior Prince, Mr. Braden Crawford.
And Braden Crawford, the junior prince, congratulations to him, and he gives a bow as he receives it. But looking forward to what should be
Miss Sky Phillips.
And Sky Phillips winning the senior princess. What should be a great game tonight here between Paulding County and Alexander.
The senior king, Mr. Christian White.
And congratulations to senior offensive lineman Christian White. There you go, and he's celebrating. He's homecoming king. Congratulations to him, as well as the lady who took home senior homecoming queen and all of the other people who took home honors tonight. Just being nominated is an honor as well. There's a few Paulding County football players out there.
The annual homecoming queen is Miss Milana Psychos.
Milana Psychos takes home homecoming queen. I believe the previous one was a homecoming princess. Might have been the junior class before that.
I bet so. Yeah.
But a few Paulding County players out there. You see Francire Chardavon. You see also number 12, Mason Barker. And then finally Christian White. Christian White taking home homecoming king honors tonight. Congratulations to him and everybody else for being nominated and taking home prizes here in 2021 at homecoming night at Paulding County High School. Again, it's the region opener, and this is a huge game, Steve.
Absolutely it is. You have both of these teams are fighting for playoff positioning, one of those 4 playoff positions, and both teams are coming in with have been playing well, and so yeah, we're looking forward to some really good football tonight. You've got 2 quarterbacks here, Logan, that are 2 of the best. Actually, are 2 of the best in region in Region 5A and in 6A, and so they're 2 of the stat leaders, or in the top 5, I think, of the stat leaders, and are playing well. And both of these teams are this is going to be a good judge for both of them, I believe.
Well, this is an interesting matchup as well because last year it was a blowout, a big win over in Douglasville for the Cougars, coming back to Dallas this year, and you get the feeling that it's going to be a tight game. I looked at the official spread of this game, and I think Alexander is a 15-point favorite, 13, 15-point favorite, depending on where you check, and that's probably understandable if you look at how the teams were last year and maybe how they competed the first couple of weeks. But I would say that Paulding County has really bounced back in a big way after that loss to North Hall to start out the season. A big shutout victory over Hiram, and then a couple of weeks ago, a nice win on the road, a come-from-behind win at Chapel Hill.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I mean, when you it's all of those things are really good, and they're great to look at. But it's hard to tell. The thing that right now it seems like Paulding County might be struggling with more than anything else is just their consistency. They'll have really good quarters. I know that's one thing Coach Spence is really wanting is he wants a complete game. He wants to have that intensity and that hard hitting and that flying to the ball. He wants that for all 4 quarters. We've seen it for a half in one game. We've seen it for 3 quarters in one game and a little more than 3 quarters in one game. But he's this is going to be one of those games. It'd be great to have all of that come together for 4 complete quarters.
On the other side, you got a first-year coaching staff for Alexander trying to stay undefeated and win their first region game. It's a big one no matter how you slice it, and we're looking forward to bringing it to you right here on the Mountain Coast Network. What we're going to do now is we're going to step aside. We're going to send it to a commercial break and hear from some of our fine sponsors. We'll come back with a short interview with head coach Van Spence, and then we'll return and get you set for tonight's matchup. Alexander Cougars at Paulding County Patriots right here in Dallas. It's homecoming and the region opener. Doesn't get any bigger or better than this, and we thank you for joining us on this Friday night. We'll be right back after this.
The following is a special. When it comes to college, you don't have to pay more to get more. Georgia Highlands College offers more value at the price you want. More focus on your goals. More preparation for your future. More help navigating your path to success. And with more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you don't have to pay more for the same classes you can get right here at home. Start taking charge of your future and let us show you how to pay less and get more today. Visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu.
It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or a star under the local lights. Sometimes it's just not that easy to bounce up and walk it off. That's why Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab is here to keep you healthy on and off the field. Our licensed and certified therapists and trainers provide quality health care designed to get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. And our urgent care offices are conveniently located where you work and play. Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab offers the experience and technology needed to get you back in the game. Find out more at floyd.org.
En Georgia Power, todo lo que hacemos es por nuestros clientes. Estamos invirtiendo en tecnología para aumentar la resiliencia de nuestra red, expandiendo nuestra infraestructura para reducir cortes y tiempo en reparaciones, y suministrando una mezcla de energía limpia, incluyendo solar y nuclear. Nos esforzamos en mantener los costos 15% bajo el promedio nacional, con el mejor servicio al cliente. Con energía confiable, el futuro está en tus manos. Conoce más en georgiapower.com/reliability.
At First Bank Mortgage, we help others get to a better place. Your better place might be a yard for your kids or a bigger home for your growing family. Maybe it's just to refinance your current mortgage. Whatever your better place is, First Bank Mortgage will help you get there. Call 706-232-9458. Voted Best Mortgage Lender 2 years in a row. First Bank Mortgage, 338 West 3rd Street, Rome. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS ID 472433. First Bank Mortgage, helping you get to your better place.
Welcome back to the Patriots pregame show, broadcasting live on the Mountain Coast Network. I'm your host, Logan Maddox, and I'm joined now by Paulding County head coach Van Spence. We're just a few minutes away from tonight's homecoming game against Alexander. The Patriots and Cougars are kicking off here in a bit, and Coach Spence, it's finally time to start region play. How do you feel?
Well, I'm excited, and our kids are very excited. We've got a lot of things that we built off in a positive manner, so really excited about region play and really gauge where we're at.
Well, the last time we saw your team in action was 2 weeks ago. The Patriots rolled into Douglasville, overcame a 2-touchdown deficit, and knocked off Chapel Hill 38-30. How did you feel about your team and their performance in that come-from-behind victory?
Well, early on, I was, just like the kids and the fans and everybody else, I was a little frustrated, but I was really, really proud of our kids showing some fight, showing some resolve to work through a little bit of adversity. Extremely proud of our offensive units, the way they just rose to the occasion and I thought they played other than a minor hiccup here and there, played a near flawless game.
You know, continuing to talk about the offense in that game, Braden Malden might have had one of the best games by a single player at quarterback that I've seen at the high school level. He completed 76% of his passes for 304 yards and 3 scores. However, it was a mix of well-placed passes from him and great catches by guys like Francir Chardavon, Khalil Jones, Timmy Odebemi, and Tyler Smith. You've coached these guys up. You know the potential that they have. But is it surprising to you at all to see the passing game perform at such a high level?
No, I will tell you this, Logan. For anybody that's followed Paulding County football over the time I've been there, we definitely like to throw the football. We understand the importance of establishing the run game and being physical. But we put a lot of time and a lot of effort into being more than a team that's going to, hand off, then throw it on third down. We really try to put a lot of time and really challenge our kids with higher level concepts and things like that. And as far as Braden Malden goes, I got to give major credit to our quarterback coach and offensive coordinator, Trent Thompson. Braden's a guy that, from a freshman year to now his senior year, he's always the first one to get here, last one to leave. I mean, total understanding of our system, and he is playing quarterback like you mentioned at a very high level, getting through. I mean, some of those throws, Logan, he was getting to his third and fourth progression. So that was fun to see, and extremely proud of our receivers, all the entire offensive unit of what they're doing right now.
Talking some more about the passing game, if fans who are listening in now, if they were tuned in last week, they heard David Okoye early in the game but didn't hear the name later on. He left with an injury. Could you update us on his status?
Yes, sir. David unfortunately sustained a broken collarbone, so he had a minor surgery on Thursday after we played Chapel Hill, and hopefully if everything goes as planned, he'll be back in hopefully 4 to 6 weeks.
We definitely are hoping that David can make his way back to the team as soon as possible, but looking at the rest of the offense, both JJ and Micah Kelly really stepped up on the ground when they needed to move the sticks. And the offensive line gave Malden time to pass. They created open running lanes as well. What was your overall impression on the offense against Chapel Hill, from passing to running to the offensive line, all overall?
I thought it was a pretty balanced attack. Like I said, we threw for over 300. We ran for, I think, around 130, 140. Definitely the biggest thing, if I was going to be real nitpick, we've got to do a better job of securing the football. We did have 2 balls on the ground, but our offensive line, anchored by Simon Sheehan, and, of course, the rest of the guys, Tay and Jeremy Stump, as well as Tony and Jacob Smith, they've just done an excellent job in pass pro. And a lot of good to be said about our running backs and how well they're doing and picking up blitzes in the pass pro as well.
Defensively against Chapel Hill, the Patriots had a nice game creating turnovers. You had the interception in the end zone. You had some big third and fourth down stops. How did you feel about the defensive effort?
Well, I think, when you've got a bunch of guys that are getting a little bit older, the expectation a little bit higher, I think the fact that we, once again, as I mentioned earlier, showed some resiliency, made some adjustments. Coach Umbre Brown did a good job of fixing some things. We've got to tackle better, and that's something we've really harped on this week. And I thought, kudos to the young man, the quarterback for Chapel Hill, did a very good job extending plays. But, all in all, we got some stops when we need them, gave us a chance to get the offense back on the field. But we just got to get much better, and we know that. They know that, so we can get where we want to go, and that's hopefully earning a playoff spot.
Well, you mentioned tackling was something you wanted to work on, but once you had a chance to really go back and check out the film from the game a couple of weeks ago, what was your message to the team?
Well, it's going to stay the same that it's been every week. The most physical team and the team that can, establish the run game will win, especially in our region. Our region, top to bottom, well coached, tons of very good athletes and a lot of highly recruited players. So we're going to have to be physical, and we're going to have to block, tackle, throw, and catch. We make the game harder, I think, sometimes. But if we can do those core things, we've got a chance to be successful this year in our region.
After that win over Chapel Hill, Paulding County had a bye week last week. How did that bye week go, and what was this week of practice like at Paulding County High School?
Well, anytime we have a bye week, we spend a little bit of the time on the front end worried about ourselves. What can we do better? And, of course, we kind of dove a little bit into Alexander at the end of the week with some really nice practices on Wednesday and Thursday morning. And this week, it's been a business-like environment. Our kids, the pace has been fast. The kids have been dialed in. Great questions, great film room time. So I think our kids are really ready for tonight. I think our kids understand that they're a little different and they've got a chance. Why not us? Let's go find a way to get in these playoffs.
Logan Maddox here speaking with Paulding County head coach Van Spence. His team's warming up right now, getting ready for tonight's game against Alexander. Coach, it's homecoming. The Patriots are hosting a very good Alexander program right here in Dallas. You should have some great crowd support. You guys had a host of events going on this week, including a parade on Thursday night. I know that homecoming can really be hit or miss with some coaches, but just in your opinion, how do you feel about homecoming games?
Well, I think anytime you can bring back alumni, it's a wonderful thing. I think that we'll have a lot of players that'll be here tonight, some that are gone on to do great things, some that's still in our community. But I think it's always good when you can bring everybody back. They'll have some big stuff on the grounds tonight, but I'm for it as long as we, keep the main thing, but I think it's really cool. We got a chance of having a homecoming king on our football team. So, that stuff's neat for the kids, but it's even neater and better when you win the game as well.
Well, this team that you're playing, the Alexander Cougars, they're expected to be one of the best teams in Class 6A on the west side of the state. They are 2-0. They've had a couple of COVID forfeits, so like Paulding County, they should be fresh for tonight's game. I know that they have a new coach, but what are you expecting to see from Alexander?
Well, the times we played Alexander, they've always been well coached, and they've always been they brought a very physical brand of ball. A little different this year, kind of some of their configurations and their difference. They're a little bit different with their defensive alignments, but we're expecting a hard-fought game. We're expecting a team that's going to play 4 quarters, and we're also going to expect a physical war out there. So nothing's changed. It's still our region every Friday night. It's going to be hardcore and it's going to be physical.
The Cougars have a great quarterback, running back tandem of Jared Eccles and T.J. Foster. They might be the best offense that the Patriots have seen all year. What is your game plan heading in trying to slow down their attack?
Well, the most important thing, they give us some different looks. They vary their formations. We got to align properly, and then we got to ID those important pieces. So if we will keep our eyes on our keys and we can eliminate or just limit the explosive plays, our defense will give us a chance to win this ball game.
You already stated you know how competitive this region is, but for the fans listening in back home, let them know how important winning the region opener is for your squad.
Well, anytime you can win the opener, it gives you a chance to, what I'm saying is if you lose, you're an uphill battle because now you're looking, you still have to play Rome, you have to play Carrollton, you have to play Douglas County, East Paulding, South Paulding, Dalton. All teams that are very capable of winning every Friday night. And, of course, some have a very high track record of success. So winning the game tonight would be huge for our kids. It'd be huge for, potentially getting the 1, 2, 3, or 4 spots. So it is crucial to our future success.
You see Alexander and you see good coaching, veteran starters, and solid depth. But when you look at Paulding County, you see the same exact thing. What will your guys have to do to come out on top tonight?
We're going to have to make more plays. We're going to, the weather could be an issue. We're going to have to secure the football. And as I've mentioned, and I'll continue to mention over and over and over, is that we've got to be a physical football team tonight, and we must make plays when they're presented, and we must eliminate the explosive on our defensive side. So if we can do those things and just play with passion and that physicality, I think we've got a really great shot.
Coach, do you have any final thoughts?
No, I just want to thank all the folks that are supporting these young men, and we appreciate them coming out to games or listening along.
Well, thank you, Coach, for your time, and good luck this evening.
Thank you.
You've been listening to our pregame chat with Patriots head coach Van Spence ahead of tonight's region opener and homecoming game versus the Alexander Cougars. We're going to take a timeout and hear from our sponsors. Paulding County Patriots football, presented by Georgia Highlands College, is on the Mountain Coast Network.
When it comes to college, you don't have to pay more to get more. Georgia Highlands College offers more value at the price you want, more focus on your goals, more preparation for your future, more help navigating your path to success. And with more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you don't have to pay more for the same classes you can get right here at home. Start taking charge of your future and let us show you how to pay less and get more today. Visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu.
It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or a star under the local lights. Sometimes it's just not that easy to bounce up and walk it off. That's why Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab is here to keep you healthy on and off the field. Our licensed and certified therapists and trainers provide quality health care designed to get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. And our urgent care offices are conveniently located where you work and play. Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab offers the experience and technology needed to get you back in the game. Find out more at floyd.org.
Sometimes we forget how easy it is to save energy at home. So Georgia Power is here with a little reminder, because it's often as simple as a twist to switch to LED bulbs, or as easy as a lift to move furniture away from air vents. It could be the flip of a switch to turn off the lights in an empty room. One way or another, these small changes can make a big difference, helping you save energy for the bigger things in life. Visit georgiapower.com/energy efficiency for tips and programs to help save energy and money.
When in Rome, be sure to stop by your Martha Berry Highway or East Rome McDonald's after the game. They're open 24 hours in the lobby and drive-thru to serve you. And remember, they serve fresh, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and $1.29 any size coffee, hot or iced, along with $1 any size soft drinks and sweet tea. Download the McDonald's app for great deals and earn loyalty and rewards points for every purchase toward free food. Your Martha Berry and East Rome McDonald's are proud supporters of Northwest Georgia's students and athletes.
And welcome back to Paulding County High School. Logan Maddox and Steve Turrentine with you right here at Dave Hardin Stadium on the Mountain Coast Network as Paulding County getting set to host a very good Alexander team here on homecoming night. Also night of the region opener here in Region 5 6A. Pretty much every team in the region in action tonight. We're going to take a look at that, starting out with how those teams performed last week. We'll start out with Carrollton, one of the top teams in Class 6A. They were off last week, as were their opponent tonight, Dalton. They were off last week. That matchup up in Whitfield County should be a big test in Northwest Georgia. You've also got Douglas County, who was off last week. They are hosting East Paulding. That another region matchup in this region in Class 6A. Rome, who took a tough loss last week to a very good 7A program in Collins Hill. The Wolves are traveling to South Paulding. And then Alexander, finally, this team coming in to Dallas. The Cougars, who a year ago, let's be frank, they destroyed Paulding County, beat them by 36 points. They won 20-17 at Lithia Springs on the road. A lot of teams in Paulding County in action tonight as well, starting out with how they did last week. 2-1 North Paulding. Lost 45-10 at Roswell, a very good program, and a tough loss for North Paulding. South Paulding, on the other hand, they were able to beat Chapel Hill 52-20, a huge win for the Spartans. They improved to 2-1 with that win. Hiram fell to 0-4 as they lost to 1-2 East Paulding 31-28, and then finally Paulding County, they were off a week ago. The other teams in the county in action tonight: South Paulding hosting Rome in region play. Douglas County is hosting East Paulding, another region matchup. North Paulding is traveling to Brookwood, a pairing of two 2-1 teams. And then finally, 5A Hiram looking for their first win of the season. They head to Northeast Georgia as they travel to take on 4A Flowery Branch in what should be a tough matchup for Hiram. We'll see how that one goes. We'll try to keep track of those scores tonight. Both teams making their way to the field. Alexander wearing their road white unis, black pants, red numbers, black helmets, very sleek-looking uniforms. And Paulding County with their Penn State home unis. It's a blue uni with white numbers, white pants, and white helmet with a blue stripe down the middle and the PC logo in red, blue, and white on the side. Alexander able to bring their band over here. You love to hear that. They're playing along as the Cougars break through their banner and make their way to the visiting sideline. And Paulding County now stretching here on the near sideline. Steve, we're expecting a great matchup here. This is one that a lot of people in the state are saying could get out of hand. We're going to find out what Paulding County is made of tonight.
Yeah, and I think they're ready. I think it's awfully difficult to start off. Because some regions you have to start off with region play. I like being able to have at least a couple of games under your belt before you play a region game, and that's what happens with both of these teams. I know Coach Downs, head coach, first-year coach, anyway for Alexander anyway, comes in with an impressive pedigree, but I know he wants to bring physicality as well, just the same as Coach Spence was talking about earlier. And so I just think it's going to be I think it could come down to exactly what Coach Spence was talking about, who's going to take care of the football and who are going to make the plays that are in front of them.
And captains making their way to midfield for the captains for Paulding County. You got number 17, Braden Malden, number 13, Francois Chardevon, number 54 out there for the Patriots as well. That's the senior Jacob Smith. And then finally, number 6, the junior Khalil Jones.
Number 23, Elijah Casey. Number 59, Gavin Price.
Elijah Casey,
Number 4,
Gavin
Sean
Price,
Parker.
Sean Parker,
And number 49, Chandler Harris.
and Chandler Harris are your
Number 54,
captains
Jacob
for the
Smith.
Alexander Cougars as well.
Number
They're
6,
making their
Floyd
way to
Jones.
midfield also.
Number 13, Francois Chardevon. And number 17, Braden Malden.
Alexander comes in undefeated on the season, 2-0. They've had a couple of COVID reschedule or postponed games. Paulding County 2-1 on the season. Both teams should be fresh for this matchup, and both teams are really looking to get after it here in region play. Every game matters in region play, but in this region matters even more.
Oh, absolutely. You're going to want it's very competitive. You can't really you can't overlook anybody. You can't take anybody for granted. So it's these kind of regions are fun, especially for people like us who get to just come and watch it. It's extremely stressful for a coach or a player, but it's still overall, man, it's what it's about. It's fun knowing that every time you line up on Friday night, it means something. It's important, and it could affect there at the end of the season.
The head referee meeting with captains on both sides. Coin flip has gone to Paulding County. They win the toss, and they have deferred to the second half. So Alexander will be receiving the ball to start out this game. It'll be a quick opportunity for us to see the very talented, very stout offense that they have, led by quarterback Jared Eccles, running back TJ Foster. Again, if you missed it, I know we're having some internet connectivity problems tonight. Paulding County wins the toss. They defer to the second half, so Alexander will have it to start things out.
Well, and just kind of put things into perspective for Class 6A, when you're talking about this Region 5 that we've been talking about, you're looking. The second highest passer is Paulding County's Braden Malden. Number 6 is Jared Eccles, who is the quarterback for Alexander. And then when you look at the rushing yardage, Traydon Foster, who is Alexander's running back, is as far as the receiving yards, he is the running back. So for the receivers, it's interesting that the running back and the tight end are their two highest or folks that have the highest receiving yards so far. So that's a little different than what we're used to also seeing, is trying to hit those wide outs. And here it's been a lot of just coming out of the backfield, those tight end crossing routes. And so it's going to put a challenge to those linebackers, very good linebacker core of Paulding County.
As you heard just a moment ago, Paulding County, the Patriots bust through their banner, and they're here on the home sideline. Great crowd for both sides. You expected it with Paulding County. Here on homecoming night, Alexander, a short drive down the road over in Douglas County, and they brought a nice crowd as well. Looking forward to a fun one here in Dallas at Dave Hardin Stadium. Looking at the series history between these two sides as the special teams units come out, Alexander holds the edge in this series, 12-8. This is the 21st all-time meeting. Paulding County has lost each of the last 5 matchups, and they haven't won against Alexander since 2001 when the head coach of Alexander was Tim Barron, who won a state title at Heard County a few years ago. He's now the head coach at Villa Rica. So it's been a while since Paulding County's been able to knock off the Cougars. They're going to try to change that tonight. Alexander starting things out. They're going to be receiving the ball. Kicking it off for Paulding County is going to be the senior, the ever-reliable Clay Walters. Looks as if back deep to return for Alexander is number 7, Eric Singleton. Also number 2, TJ Foster. Walters checks to his right, checks to his left, steps up and puts his foot into it, and we are underway. This one a high kick. It's going to be fielded on a hop at the 20, picked up by one of the up men, maybe the blockers. He'll get up to the 25, still pushing, and finally forward progress will be stopped around the 27-yard line. A helmet flies from a Paulding County player. A little bit of talking after the play between a player from either side, already getting a little chippy down there.
Yeah, I think it's just, this is intense. You know, as coach, you don't mind seeing that first. There wasn't really anything too major, but both teams are really intense. Both teams are understand what's at stake already, even early on in the season.
Jared Eccles, the star quarterback. The sophomore comes in with 307 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. He has 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the left, Claps, and although the linebackers come up for Paulding County, they don't jump off sides. He'll check to the sideline and try to get a call now. To his right is the running back, TJ Foster. Eccles calls for the snap. He'll hand it to Foster. Looking like a sweep left side. He'll cut upfield and get a gain of a few yards. It's a gain of 4 yards on the first play of the game. A run for TJ Foster brings up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, I know one of the things that Coach Brown, I'm sure, you heard Coach Spence talk about it, defense coordinator Coach Brown, I'm sure that one of the things he's going to make sure is that they have a spotter all the time on Brown, on Foster, to make sure they know where he is, whether it's a handoff or coming out of that backfield for a pass.
Bringing a man in motion now. They have trips right, 1 receiver to the left. Eccles in the gun. He's going to come back left side. It's a dump off to the running back, read perfectly by Timmy Odabimi. He'll come up and make the stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great read right there. That goes exactly what I was talking about. They were, once they saw the ride out on this side blocked down, he read that play extremely well, saw it was just going to try to be a little running back screen on this side. Did a great job of reading it, and great pursuit by the Patriots as well.
And something we mentioned coming in, the running back TJ Foster is their leading rusher and leading receiver, so they throw it to him quite often. Trips right, 1 receiver to the left. Dropping back is Eccles. He sidesteps a defender, trying to get away from another one, but he won't get away from the linebacker. Comes up and he's finally swarmed by a defensive lineman. That time he was initially hit by Braden Scott, and big number 58, Taylon Cochran, comes in and cleans it up.
I tell you, I'm so impressed with Cochran right there. He got there first, was eluded, fell down, was blocked, and fell down, got back up, and through that, it was able to come back and get Eccles for the loss. Didn't give up on the play, kept pushing, kept moving forward. Great job.
So now Alexander will punt it away. Looks as if their punter is number 55, the senior Jacob Tucker, and back deep to return for Paulding County is Francois Chardavon. He's standing on his own 40. This one a nice spiraling punt. It's going to be fielded around the 40 by Chardavon. Coming near side, gets around 2 defenders, cuts back. He's got some space here to the outside, but he is going to be brought down at the 40-yard line. That time, just too many guys coming from too many directions.
Exactly. Did a great job of probably eluding the first 3 or 4, but just couldn't quite find a lane to get to.
Paulding County will have it with great starting field position, ball on their own 41-yard line.
I tell you, Logan, you could not have drawn out a first series defensively better than than what just occurred. 3 and out, not much yards was gained, ended up pushing on having a long punt and getting a good field position. So just couldn't draw it up any better than that.
It's an Alexander offense averaging over 30 points per game. They went 3 and out to start things out. Now let's see what the Patriot offense can do. In the pistol, it's the senior quarterback, Braden Malden. He'll turn around, hand it off to Micah Kelly up the gut. He's met by a large group of Alexander defenders, and finally he's brought down. Credit the hit to the senior defensive lineman, Nehemiah Dukes.
Well, it was funny. I thought we had a fumble, but it was a shoe that came off, and so Big 67 got his shoe for Paulding County, Jeremy Stump, and he's back on the field. But I saw that, and I thought nobody's going toward it. Then I realized it was a shoe. I need to get my eyes checked.
Well, Paulding County, they'll say it was a 2-yard pickup there for Kelly. 2nd down and 8 now, ball on their own 43-yard line. Bringing a man in motion, they'll have 4 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. 5 wide for Malden. It's a little bubble screen for Chardavon at the 40, and he is popped. Coming up and making a big hit there, the defensive back, number 23 for Alexander, Elijah Casey.
Yeah, read that ball extremely well, and it was a really good open field tackle. Just like you said, just a real quick screen out to Chardavon, try to get him in the open, and they closed that gap really, really well.
Chardavon with a great start to his junior campaign, an 80-yard touchdown catch in their last game against Chapel Hill. But now a big opportunity for Alexander to get a 3 and out. It's 3rd down and 9. Paulding County has it on their own 42-yard line. Need to get it up to the Alexander 49 for a 1st down. 2 receivers to the left, a tight end, and a receiver to the right. Malden in the gun, now scrambling near side, looking for an open man. He'll throw on the run, and he's got a 1st down up to the 45 and out of bounds at the 40. That time passing it to Frederick Sumlin.
I tell you, that was a really, really well-designed play. And again, we say the same thing about Malden. Golly, just a rollout. He felt pressure, stayed calm, didn't panic, and just waited for the receiver to come open. Someone did a great job with the catch, tucked that ball away, made sure that he didn't get loose, and just a big 1st down.
11-yard pass there from Malden to Sumlin. Moves the sticks on 3rd and 9. They have it up ahead to the 42-yard line. So continue to get some room there. It's going to be a handoff up the middle here, up to the 40. Offensive lineman pushing from behind, but a defensive lineman will win the war that time and push him down. That was a handoff to number 34, Mason Hamilton. 2-yard pickup for Hamilton. Makes it 2nd down and 8.
It's nothing wrong. It's just interesting to see Hamilton out there. He's been out there for the last 3 plays, and normally we see either one of the Kellys, either Micah or JJ.
Hamilton stays in the game here on 2nd down and 8. 2 receivers to either side, and Malden in the pistol. He will pass here, looking near side. Now he's going to go over the middle. He's got Chardavon at the 25, trying to be wrapped down. His knee never hit, and finally he'll be brought down at the end of the play inside the 25. A great pitch and catch.
Again, very, very patient. Great. I tell you, we can't say enough, too, about the blocking up front. They're giving Malden plenty of time to find that open receiver. And just like Coach Smith talked about at the beginning, that had to have been at least the 2nd or 3rd option right there. But he did a great job of staying patient. Good route by Chardavon. It was just a great pitch and catch.
Ball now at the 24-yard line of Alexander. The Patriots on the move on their 1st drive. It's a handoff again to Hamilton, and he is met immediately. He's actually going to lose yardage. Almost a fumble at the end. They'll say his knee was down, so he loses a yard.
Yeah, right now they're not having a whole lot of luck running the ball. Hamilton, like I said, we have not seen him very often in the running back position. And so they're not getting a lot of yards right now running the ball, but they sure are making up for it the way they're throwing right now.
Nehemiah Dukes creating a lot of havoc, the nose guard in this defense for Alexander. 2nd down and 11 now on the 25 of the Cougars. Patriots have it. 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Malden in the pistol. He'll throw. Looking left side, has a man open. That's Khalil Jones up to the 20, slipping around another defender, and he'll be finally brought down, bringing up a 3rd down and medium.
Yeah, good job just getting some yardage right there. Just a real quick just a wide out slant, really. He was it was through to the wide side of the field, so it was a long throw, with just kind of a quick slant, and just gained about half of what they need. So just a good safe throw, good safe play, and brings up a manageable 3rd and 5.
Patriots now inside the red zone, ball at the 19 of Alexander. A lot of guys to the right on this formation. Instead, they are going to hand it off to Hamilton, and he is swarmed, brought down quickly. That time the hit being given to Michael Hall. The junior linebacker read it well. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Probably not what we were expecting on 3rd and medium.
No, not at all. And I'm not sure if it was just an RPO that they read there at the last second and decided to saw something, maybe a hole that opened up that closed too quickly or something. But, yeah, it was a little surprising after the success that they've had. But on the other hand, you have a little bit more of a luxury when you have Walters, knowing that he can come in and kick that field goal for you.
37-yard field goal attempt here from Walters. The snap good. The kick is up and through from Walters. The senior boots it in, and that makes it 3-0. So Paulding County takes a 3-0 lead with 4:10 left here in the first quarter. A good start from the Patriots. A 3-and-out defensively. Then they drive their way down the field and drill a 37-yard field goal to take an early lead. You hear the band right beside us in the press box playing the fight song. Love to hear it, doing a great job. A great job by Paulding County so far in the first quarter. We'll see if the Patriots can keep it up. While we have this moment of downtime, I do want to thank all of our sponsors here on the Mountain Coast Network. They include Automax, Georgia Power, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, First Bank Mortgage, McDonald's of East Rome and Armuchee, Logical Systems, Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, and our title sponsor, Georgia Highlands College.
Clay Walters set the kick for the Patriots.
Walters, after nailing a 37-yard field goal, getting ready to kick it off to Alexander. 3-0 Paulding County, 4:10 left to play in quarter number 1. A good start to homecoming in Dallas. Again, the return men here for the Cougars, TJ Foster and Eric Singleton, the senior and junior respectively. Fans making noise as Walters kicks this one high, a bit of a pooch kick, and it's going to be fair caught. No, it's going to be fielded at the 25. He'll get up to the 30 before he's cut down.
I tell you, he's had 2 really good, the initial kickoff, and then that one just a really high, little, like you said, just a little pooch kick, trying to hit that up man. Probably a smart move, trying not to, Paulding County wants to keep the ball out of Foster's hands as much as possible.
That time it was fielded by Jaden Cheeks, the sophomore running back for Alexander. Good job by him to field it cleanly and not fumble it. He gets it up to the 32, and that's where the Cougars will have it. Bringing a receiver right to left in motion. Eccles will throw it to him on a bubble screen, coming near side. Defense closing in. It's a fumble. Ball is out, but the Cougars fall on it at the 31-yard line. Wow. They are lucky. A big forced fumble there by Tyler Smith.
That was his picture perfect. I'd love to get the video of that. That was picture perfect. He was the cornerback on this side. He was being blocked. He shed that block, came up, squared up on the receiver, and as he was trying to make a move, he just buried him. Perfectly legal, but hit his helmet right on the ball, knocked that ball loose, and very alert Alexander Cougar jumped on it.
If I'm not mistaken, that was Donovan Hoskins, one of their top receivers, who fumbled it there. 2nd down and 11, they have another chance. They'll hand it off to Foster up the middle. Such speed and keeps those legs churning in the blink of an eye. He makes it 3rd down and manageable.
I tell you, that was, when you're looking at him, he's listed at 5'7", 165, and I believe that's probably pretty accurate. And a lot of those 165 is right in his legs. That was a really strong. He's low to the ground and tough to bring down. I can see why he is one of the leading rushers.
3rd down and 5 now for Alexander. And Paulding County jumps off sides. The far side defensive end moves ever so slightly past the nose of the football, and that should give Alexander a 1st down. It was third and maybe 5, maybe 5.5. We'll see if they call it. Yeah.
Just extremely, just anxious. Just didn't really watch the ball on that far end over there, and ended up just jumping off.
And a good call by the official to catch it, because he didn't. I mean, he jumped out of his stance, but they didn't throw the flag until he fully moved past the nose of that football. Sometimes they'll throw it just when the defensive lineman moves. He did get past it. Now 1st down and 10 for the Cougars. And a big run for Foster. He's past midfield to the 40, to the 35, the 30, cuts inside. He's still dragging defenders near the 20, and he's out of bounds at the 21-yard line. A huge burst there from T.J. Foster.
I tell you, he is hard to catch, hard to bring down. He did such a great move right there. It was a great cutback, really. And pushed him, got him over to the side, got him onto the edge real quickly. He is coming out now. Yeah, good run right there.
And very deflating for the Patriot defense. 39-yard run gives them another 1st down. They'll go to Foster up the middle, runs over a linebacker, gets past the 20, inside the red zone down to the 18.
Yeah, that was number 1, Donovan Hoskins right there. Foster had gone out. But Hoskins is not a slouch in any means himself. Foster's coming back in now. He just needed a little breather, I guess, after that long run. But Hoskins is they platoon them fairly regularly anyway. So yeah, it's should be it's going to be tough for both of them.
Just under 2 minutes to play in the 1st quarter. Play action pass, and he has a man wide open on the right side, but he bobbles it. Had him wide open that time. The receiver was going to be number 7, Eric Singleton, just in and out of his hands.
Yeah, that's unusual too. Singleton is one of their leading rushers behind Foster and then Collins, their tight end. But yeah, he's usually pretty sure-handed. But maybe, I don't know, but maybe he saw a lot of green on that side and just got a little anxious.
And you got to credit the coaching staff there. That was perfect play call.
Great play
by the Cougars offensive staff. Just couldn't quite haul it in. Minute 37 to go in the 1st quarter. 3rd down and 7 here for Alexander. Paulding County leading 3-0. Jared Eccles, the sophomore quarterback, looking to the right side, getting the play call in. A bunch formation on the right, and a timeout will be called by Alexander. They want to talk it over and make sure everybody's on the same page. We'll take it with them. Minute 37 to go in the 1st quarter. Paulding County 3 and Alexander nothing. You're listening to Paulding County Patriots football right here on the Mountain Coast Network.
When it comes to college, you don't have to pay more to get more. Georgia Highlands College offers more value at the price you want. More focus on your goals. More preparation for your future. More help navigating your path to success. And with more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you don't have to pay more for the same classes you can get right here at home. Start taking charge of your future and let us show you how to pay less and get more today. Visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu. When in Rome, be sure to stop by your Martha Berry Highway or East Rome McDonald's after the game. They're open 24 hours in the lobby and drive-thru to serve you. And remember, they serve fresh, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and $1.29 any size coffee, hot or iced, along with $1 any size soft drinks and sweet tea. Download the McDonald's app for great deals and earn loyalty and rewards points for every purchase toward free food. Your Martha Berry and East Rome McDonald's are proud supporters of Northwest Georgia's students and athletes.
And we're back here at Dave Hardin Stadium. 3rd down and 7 for Alexander. They trail by 3 points. Minute 37 to go in the 1st quarter. 3 receiver look to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Eccles, the quarterback, and T.J. Foster to his right in the gun. He receives a snap. Eccles looking to the left side. He's got a fade. Throws it. It's caught. Touchdown, Alexander. Had a man open that time. It was Devin Davis, and he just went up and got it. The defensive back playing too far away, and that's a touchdown pass for Alexander.
Really, really well executed play. That was a tough throw, but threw it right in the corner, and really, the receiver did a great job of going to get it.
Call that a 24-yard touchdown pass from Eccles to Devin Davis. Extra point up and good from the senior kicker, Jacob Tucker. That makes it 7-3. That's how deadly this Cougar offense is. You make one mistake, you jump offsides on third down, give them a fresh set of downs, and they'll make you pay for it.
And you're exactly right, and that's exactly what happened. These two teams offensives are too explosive. You can't give them extra opportunities like that.
Timeout worked out well there from the Cougars. I'm sure they were glad that they were able to get that play call.
Yeah, I think
smoothly.
they had to. It was their clock was the clock was down to about 1 second before when they called that timeout. So that instead of getting that delay of game, they decided to take one of their timeouts.
So now if you're Paulding County, you know what their offense is capable of. The Patriot offense will try to come out and have a response. You need to be able to respond, not only in this game, but in any game in this region. And if you want to qualify for the playoffs, if you make it to the playoffs, you're going to have to be able to respond and hang with some of the best teams in the state. Alexander, one of them. Tucker getting set to come up and kick this one away. And he sends this one downfield, a nice kick. Khalil Jones will catch it inside his own 5. He's coming near side. He's got a lane. A flag flies, though, and he's hit just past the 20. And we'll see who the flag is on.
Well, it might be one of the players. I know he's celebrating. He had a massive block, knocked the helmet off of one of the Alexander players, but he may get flagged for that one because it might have been a hit a little bit high.
And Coach Van Spence talking it over with the officials, seeing what it is. The officials converging right in the middle of the field, and Alexander players clapping. This one might be coming back a bit. Khalil Jones got all the way up to the 23-yard line. That hit was delivered by Ray McElderry, the junior for Paulding County, on that block.
And like I said, it was solid. It was a collision. But they may just say that. I'm not sure if it's I don't think it was a helmet to helmet. I don't think it was intentional. It was just it was a hard hit, but it was high. So I'm not sure if that's what they're looking at or what.
And check the name on that, Ray McElderry. First time we've been able to say the junior's name this year, but a good block. Paulding County still in a huddle here on the near side of the field. If you're just joining us, Paulding County trailing Alexander 7-3. Minute 24 to go in the first quarter. Paulding County with a field goal to start out the scoring, then a touchdown pass for Alexander, and that is indeed a personal foul against Paulding County and a personal foul against Alexander, wow. So they'll offset. Paulding County will have it on their own 23-yard line.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what. I didn't necessarily see anything. Doesn't mean it didn't happen, obviously. But I didn't necessarily see anything on Alexander's side. But it's obvious that McElderry is upset. I'm not sure if they've – I think he just thought he had a good block. And then was called, so I think he was just might be a little upset because of that.
Paulding County will have it either way on their own 23-yard line, and after a nice first drive, we'll see what the Patriot offense can do. 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Braden Malden standing in the pistol, and the running back that we've seen for most of these past 2 games, Micah Kelly, now back in the game. We've not seen Micah or J.J. Kelly yet. They've been running with Mason Hamilton, the junior. And we see J.J. on the sideline now. We see Micah Kelly in the backfield. The officials now explaining it to Olton Downs, the head coach for Alexander. So that was a personal foul targeting against McElderry.
Which did lead to the ejection, yeah.
So he is tossed, unfortunately. The junior very emotional on this homecoming game, and rightfully so. Malden receives the snap. He'll hand it off to Kelly. Kelly with a full head of steam rumbles inside the 25 up to the 26-yard line. And he is down after the hit. He got rocked there. this linebacker core for Alexander, they're not letting up on these hits, that's for sure.
No, they sure aren't. And they come in full speed, and looks like he's hobbling off. Hopefully he'll be okay. I'm just trying to see if they're looking at an ankle or a knee.
Mason Hamilton back in the game at running back. Same formation, trips left, one to the right. They hand it to Hamilton now. A keeper for Malden, near side up to the 30, and he'll slide at the 33-yard line. That should be enough for a first down.
Great job right there by Malden. That was not going to be a quarterback run. That was just they had a little mix-up in the backfield, and they did just a good job of making something out of nothing.
Braden Malden with a heads-up play. Yeah, it looked like a busted play that time. Mason Hamilton, the running back, a player that we haven't seen much this year and might have gotten a wrong play call. He remains in the game as two receivers are to either side of the formation here in the pistol. The quarterback, Malden, gets the snap, looks to his left. He's got Chardavon on a screen, gets to the outside, up to the 30, and down right back at the line of scrimmage. He couldn't shake that one man. If he could, he's got a lot of green grass in front of him.
Yeah, really good block by Jones, actually. He did a good job of sealing his man, but then also a really good pursuit by the cornerback on that side too. So, yeah, just a real good play by both teams, and just kind of what we expected out of this game.
Yeah, great first quarter of play comes to an end with Alexander leading 7-3 over Paulding County. We'll flip sides of the field and come back with the start of the second quarter right after this. You're listening to Patriots Football presented by Georgia Highlands College right here on the Mountain Coast Network.
When the Shorter Hawks football team hits the road, the Mountain Coast Network broadcast team heads to Automax. Corey Rhodes and his crew have the right vehicle for us to travel across the southeast from the mountains of upstate South Carolina to the Gulf Coast on the Florida Panhandle. Wherever you are headed, Automax has the car, SUV, van, or bus that you need. Call Automax today at 706-291-0600 or visit them online at automaxrental.com/Rome.
At Logical Systems, we take the time to ensure your network is tailored to perform at the highest capacity. Whether upgrading your structured cabling or implementing new technology, Logical Systems helps your organization stay on the cutting edge of an ever-evolving market. Give Logical Systems a call today at 706-234-9896 for your network solutions.
And we're back. Second quarter of play just about to begin here in Dallas. Paulding County trailing Alexander 7-3 on homecoming. First play of the second quarter. Malden looking long. He's got a man open, but he short arms it, and it's intercepted at midfield. Picked off by a linebacker. He's still alive. Actually fumbled it and picks it up. He's going to have it around the 46-yard line. Unbelievable interception there. Picked off by number 49, Chandler Harris.
Yeah, nice play right there, but Malden got hit as soon as he was about to throw it, and I think that caused it to kind of die out there. And but yeah, heads up play, came back to the ball, made that interception. But yeah, you hate to see that. Jones was going to be open, and normally that's the throw Malden makes easy, but it was hard. He couldn't really step into it, and as soon as he let go, he got hit.
And when we say Khalil Jones was open, he was at the 40, and nobody was even past the 50, or nobody was even close to the 50 covering him. But either way, it's an interception, and Alexander has it, bringing the receiver in motion again. Eccles gets the snap. He'll hand it off to Foster. Coming near side, gets away from the defense, but he will not get past Liam Jeffries, and he'll hold him to a gain of 1 yard. Good perimeter defense there by Jeffries.
They just kept extending that play until finally Jeffries was able to get to him. And I tell you what, he did a really smart thing. They was trying to be a stiff arm, and what he did is immediately dropped down and grabbed his ankles and brought him down there. It's such a smart play by the junior linebacker.
Ball on Paulding County's 47, or on Alexander's 47-yard line, that is. Cougars have the ball and the lead on top 7-3, early second quarter. Eccles bringing another receiver in motion. It's play action. He'll pass. He'll scramble to his left, dump it off to the receiver. Go up to the 45, to the 50, still running to the opposite 45, and he's hit after a gain of around 12 yards there. It's enough for a first down, but will it be coming back? Indeed it will. That's an illegal formation against Alexander, and that'll bring it all the way back.
I tell you, it really was not it didn't look like it was it didn't look like it was going to get for that many yards anyway, to be honest with you. But boy, it ended up getting a lot of yards out of it.
And you just got to credit the receiver that time.
Yeah,
I mean, that was just great, a great job making chicken salad out of something, because you know he was open there, but it just looked like there was no space.
It really didn't. No, you're exactly right. He just kept wiggling his way through.
At the same time, it was a right read by Eccles as well. Just dump it off and see what he can do. Now 2nd down and 15 for the Cougars. He has a man open near side. He's passing. He's going to go long and has Singleton open. Has it at the 30 and drops it again. He had it and bobbled it. Heard the footsteps that time perhaps, and that one would have been a huge play.
I tell you, that was twice. And like I said, he's their 3rd leading receiver. He's gotten a lot of throws to him. But, man, just wide open. That was just a little that was like a wheel route is really what that was. They brought all the attention away. He came out of a slot position, almost in motion, and just down the sideline and was wide open and just dropped it.
Paulding County has an injured defensive lineman on the field. That's the sophomore Chayton Ham. We hope that he's okay, and we hope that he can return. Stoppage of play as he is being attended to and by some trainers, and the head coach Van Spence goes out there to check on him as well. 10:53 to go in the first half. Paulding County 3 and Alexander 7 here on the Mountain Coast Network. I want to take this time out to again thank our sponsors, including Georgia Highlands College. Take charge of your future today at Georgia Highlands College. You can take classes at 5 campuses in Dallas, Rome, Cartersville, Douglasville, and Marietta, or you can take fully online classes through GHC and eCampus. For more information, visit highlands.edu. And Chayton Ham making his way to the sideline. Fans applauding. We hope that he'll be all right. Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, another sponsor of the Mountain Coast Network. To get back in motion, call Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, 706-509-3400. Or you can visit them at Shorter Avenue in Rome. Again, their number 706-506. Or check that 706-509-3400. Paulding County has it now defensively. They've got them at a 3rd down and 14, 15?
15, yeah, it looks like.
Alexander has it on their own 42-yard line. Need to get it up to the Paulding County 44 for a 1st down. But the Cougars can strike and strike quickly. We've seen that already.
Absolutely.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Eccles in the gun. He'll throw. Looks back near side. He has Singleton open on a screen. It's run to perfection, but he's ripped down again by Liam Jeffries at midfield. A flag flies, and we'll see who it's against.
Jeffries does he did such a good job that time of coming up and seeing that and making that tackle.
It was a 7-yard pass to Singleton, but it's coming back as it's a holding call. Or will it come back? We'll see if they'll just be content with making them punt. The offense is moving back, and I think that they're going to try to drive them back even further to hopefully stop them on 3rd down again and get better field position.
Yeah, that's tough to know, because with an offense like that, there's no guarantee they're going to punt where it is. I mean, you would think so, being right out the 50-yard line and still having 6 yards to go, but you just never know.
And now looks like we might have heard wrong. Now it looks like Paulding County is content with saying 4th down and making the punt. Ball on their own 49-yard line, and the senior kicker, Jacob Tucker, out for his 2nd punt on the night. Chardavon standing on his own 20, set to return it. Tucker receives a snap, steps to his right, kicks this one a spiraling high kick inside the 10, and Chardavon is going to field it at the 6, and now he's saying, I probably should have let that one go. They're going to call it at the 4.
Yeah,
that's a full 2 yards back from where he caught it.
Wow.
I mean, it was a great punt. Don't get me wrong. Tucker
it was
got
a great
every
punt.
bit
and
of
I tell you, that was a gutsy catch, because that was kind of an over-the-shoulder catch. But I think you're right. I think if he fully realized where he was, he would have probably let it go. But I'm like you. I thought that was about his 2nd step. It's where, after he caught it, is where they're marking it. But
so not great field position, to say the least, for the Patriot offense on drive number 3. They've had a field goal and an interception so far. We'll see what they can do right here. One receiver to the left, two to the right. Got an H back in to the right. He'll change to the left now. Malden, he'll hand it off to Hamilton. Up the gut, he's got some space past the 5 up to the 10, and he is down right there.
That's a nice play, though. Good run, good surge by the offensive line to push that defensive line out enough to be able to get at least some running room out of the end zone is what they were looking to do, because it was just a base run. But, man, end up with about 3 or 4 yards out of that.
Got to credit the offensive line there.
Absolutely.
Created just enough of a hole for the young Hamilton to squeeze through. Gain of 6 brings up 2nd down and 4. He'll pass on the slant, and Chardavon is rocked. They finally call it incomplete. It was either going to be incomplete or a fumble. He had it, and then body met body, and the ball hit the ground.
Yeah, that was just a really well-timed play by I couldn't tell what number that was, but the safety on this side, it was just a slant, and he timed it perfectly. As soon as the ball touched Chardavon, he was hit.
I think that might have been Donovan Hoskins, the senior safety. He rocked Chardavon, and the usually sure-handed junior, you know, you put Randy Moss in there, you hit him like that, he's probably not going to hold on to it.
Matter of fact, he's on the sideline now, just kind of getting the wind back in him. Odobimi's in.
3rd down and 4 now, Paulding County. It's going to be play action. Malden fakes out a man with a pump fake. He'll dump it off to Odobimi. It's incomplete. Just had to get that one away, and now Paulding County will punt.
I tell you, Malden did about all he could do right there. Nobody was really fooled by a play fake, and had a couple of guys rushing him. He did a good job faking the one off, and then just really the equivalent of throwing it out of bounds. Tried to hit Odobimi on just a drag route, but to no avail.
So now Paulding County will have to punt it on their own 10-yard line, and actually Clay Walters, believe it's him punting. He's standing on the O of Patriots.
We've got people running everywhere. He had to take
yeah. Paulding County has to call
Paulding County
timeout.
Folks trying to run in.
Not the point where you want to have to take a timeout when you're punting from your own 10-yard line. So with 9:52 to go in the first half, Alexander leading 7-3. We'll step aside as another timeout has been called. You're listening to the Mountain Coast Network.
At First Bank Mortgage, we help others get to a better place. Your better place might be a yard for your kids or a bigger home for your growing family. Maybe it's just to refinance your current mortgage. Whatever your better place is, First Bank Mortgage will help you get there. Call 706-232-9458. Voted best mortgage lender 2 years in a row. First Bank Mortgage, 338 West 3rd Street, Rome. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS ID 472433. First Bank Mortgage, helping you get to your better place.
And welcome back to Dave Hardin Stadium right here in Dallas, Georgia. Paulding County trailing Alexander 7-3, 9:52 to go in the first half. Paulding County 4th down and 4. They're punting it away from their own 10-yard line. Clay Walters, the senior kicker and punter, standing inside his own end zone. Good snap. Man right in his face, he kicks it off and just barely evaded a block there. It is going to be fielded over the shoulder by Singleton. Moving to his far side, he'll catch it at the 40, get up to midfield. But, man, what an amazing punt there from Walters.
And that was a great run back because it was a phenomenal punt. I'm blown away because that was probably 60 yards in the air. Am I right?
Yeah.
I mean, and he pushed him back. He had to field that over the shoulder, and they did a good job of getting probably 7-8 yards after the catch. But man, that was an amazing boot right there by Walters. Wow.
Bunch formation on the right here. You got one receiver to the left, and Eccles in the gun. He'll hand it off to Foster. Up the gut, huge hole, spins away from one tackle, drags defenders up close to the 44-yard line. He'll get up to the 43, a gain of 9 yards.
Yeah, great push right there by that offensive line. That's one thing the defensive line is going to have to work on is making sure that they're at least holding them where they are. They're being pushed back right now.
Same formation and same play right up the gut for Foster. He'll get the first down and then some. Just a simple gain of, 6 yards there?
Yeah, just again, like almost the exact same play. But you're getting offensive linemen getting off their first blocks and going to their second block on that second level, and that's never good.
Same formation generally, except Eccles under center. He'll hand it off to Foster left side, and the defense meets him after he gains 1 yard. For the most part, from what we've seen, Alexander's having success running between the tackles, but out, on the perimeter, Paulding County's been able to sniff it out.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of keeping containment or making them try to bump it out off the end and not having a lot of success. But you're right, tackle to tackle, it's been pretty free. That was a false start. Yep, I wondered. I think that was on 7. I think it was Singleton again.
That time the receiver heard Hut, and it was Hut. So 2nd and 9 becomes 2nd down and 14. That'll move it back to their own 41-yard line.
Could be one of those big plays. We'll see.
What we saw earlier in offsides was a big play.
Absolutely.
That hurt Paulding County's defense. Can a false start hurt Alexander's offense? We'll find out. 3 receivers to the right side of the formation, 1 to the left. Eccles claps, and a man jumps offside, and those 5 yards are given right back.
That's the kind of thing you just cannot do.
Far side defensive end jumped offsides, and that one was clear. So now it's 2nd down and 9 again, ball back to the 36. Clock rolling towards 8 minutes to play in the first half. Alexander leading Paulding County 7-3. Bunch formation to the right, 1 receiver to the left. They will hand it off. No, a keeper. It's going to be a play action pass. They dump it off to Singleton at the 35. Stiff arms a man. He's hit down to the 31. Nice play there for Singleton to make it 3rd down and pretty manageable here.
Yeah, nice run, but I tell you, such good pursuit by that linebacker core for Paulding County. They just, if they weren't pursuing right there, he could have probably gotten the 1st down.
Brings up 3rd down and 4 now. Ball at the 31 of Paulding County, and Alexander trying to increase this 4-point lead.
Watch the ball.
Trying to work the snap count. He'll hand it off to Foster right side. He has the 1st down up to the 25, up to the 20, inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. TJ Foster is just automatic.
Yeah, another flag. Looks like he may have been a hold, or it looked like he tackled him, to be honest with you. Yeah.
That was a 14-yard run from Foster.
And it was totally unnecessary. 50 had him blocked.
Yeah.
And then just, it looks good to have a pancake block like that, but he just basically tackled him down and had no reason for it. But the ball wasn't even, the ball was on the right side. He was a left guard.
That time Braden Scott came up to number 50, the lineman Will Nail, and they chatted. It's good sportsmanship, and Nail said, yeah, I had you that time. So now 3rd down and 16, we'll call it. Need to get it up to the 28-yard line. They have it on their own 44-yard line, 43-yard line. So 3rd down and 15, we'll call it. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Eccles in the gun and Foster beside him, and they didn't get the snap off in time.
Yep.
So that'll move them back even further. So it was 3rd and 16, now 3rd and 21.
Tell you, you have to be really, really smart right here and disciplined for Paulding County. Can't give up a big play right here.
Alexander, you got to imagine they're going to have people going long. It is a pass. Eccles looking down the center of the field, and he has Singleton but overshoots him. It was good coverage. Would have been a tough catch to make on an accurate pass, and that'll bring up 4th down.
We talk about Malden all the time, the type of really good good ball that he throws. Eccles is almost the same way. He's got such an easy touch to the ball, and it's actually, even though it was an incomplete, it was actually a well-thrown ball. Nobody could have caught that except for Singleton. So just a really good defensive stance there for Paulding County. Much needed.
Jacob Tucker, the kicker, back out there to punt this one away. He handles kicking and punting duties for the Cougars. Chardavon on his own 10 as a high snap is fielded by Tucker. This one another good punt. Chardavon will field it, and it's fair caught at the 10-yard line. So Paulding County gets the ball right back where it was when they punted it away. We'll see if the Patriots can have a little bit more success on offense this time. Do want to thank some more of our sponsors here on the Mountain Coast Network. How about Logical Systems? Let our solutions be the answer to your IT challenges. Logical Systems is the go-to for all information technology issues in North Georgia, North Alabama, and Southeastern Tennessee. Contact them at 706-234-9896. That's 706-234-9896. Paulding County has the ball on their own 10-yard line. Tight end and a receiver to the right, 2 receivers to the left. In the pistol, it's Malden. He'll hand it off to Hamilton. No, Malden keeps it, and he's met at the 10 and driven back and brought down. Took about 3 defenders to finally hit him, but he was stood up and driven back that time by number 23, Elijah Casey.
Yeah, I think he saw that defensive end crash, so he pulled the ball and tried to get past the end, but just couldn't get there. They just kept stretching it out, and just a gang tackle right there at the end.
So a loss of about half a yard that time for Braden Malden. They gave him forward progress up to about the 10-yard line, which for Paulding County is good. That one could have lost a lot more yardage.
Yeah. Illegal procedure called against the offense.
And it's a legal procedure against Paulding County. So that'll be half the distance to the goal, I would imagine, if they accept it. And looks like they will. Yes, they're getting ready to walk it off. So now 1st down and 10 on your own 10. Just turned in to 1st down and 15 on their own 5-yard line.
From their own 6-yard line.
And actually, in hindsight, maybe Chardavon Fair caught it at the 11. It's at their 6 now, but doesn't change the yardage needed to get a 1st down. Got to get 15 yards. Chardavon split out right. 2 receivers to the left, including Khalil Jones in the slot. Malden in the pistol. He'll look to the right. He'll throw it as he's getting hit. He's got Chardavon, but he just shoots him a little too short that time.
Yeah, he's gotten, that's about the 2nd time on the play. That was about a 3-step drop, and he, again, couldn't really step into the throw and tried to put a little air under it and lead him, but just was still a little bit too far away from him. But yeah, as soon as he let go, he was hit and had a little tough time getting up right there. But he's a tough kid.
Again, what you're seeing, it's interesting from Alexander, one-on-one coverage downfield, but they're blitzing pretty much everybody.
Exactly, and that's that's good, but it can also hurt you.
They'll run it with Hamilton this time. He gets away from the first man. He's up to the 15, wrapped around up to the 20, and he's got a 1st down. Mason Hamilton takes it from the 6 down to the 23-yard line.
Great run right there. And I tell you, what great leadership by Malden, too. Every time after Hamilton's run, he's really encouraged him, and he's kind of making sure he's knowing where he's supposed to go. And but, yeah, that's a great run by Hamilton right there.
1st down and 10 now for the Patriots. They'll run it with Hamilton again. This one not as successful as he loses 2 yards. One man hit him low, one man grabbed him high and drove him back.
And like I said, he's doing a great job. The young man is doing a really good job. He's a junior, but we haven't seen him much at all. But I know Micah Taylor's hurt. We hadn't seen much of J.J. Kelly, who are the normal 2 that share those running back duties.
2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left, and H-back to the right as well. Hamilton the deep back and Malden in the pistol. He'll look to his right. He'll throw it to Khalil Jones outside, and it's dropped. That time just 2 slants on the right side, and Jones just couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, that's the first time that I've really seen him look a little gun shy right there. He didn't really run into that play. Normally he'll keep running and make that catch, and he just tried to reach out and grab it didn't was a little gun shy maybe right there.
So now 3rd down and 12 for the Patriots, and if you're Paulding County, you really could use a conversion right here. 2 receivers to either side. Malden looking to his left. He'll step up in the pocket, and he is rocked. 2 defenders hit him as hard as they could, and Braden Malden is down. He'll get up slowly. He's helped up by the receiver Sumlin.
Yeah,
big sack.
Yeah, he didn't have any chance at all. He tried to make a little bit out of it. Tried to step up in the pocket, and it collapsed in a hurry on him. They've got to give him time to throw. They've got receivers open. It's like I said, it's that it's that do or die theory right there on defense. They're doing a lot of blitzes and a lot of rushes and a lot of little stunts and blitzes, and that makes them have to cover man-to-man, which should be an advantage to Paulding County if they could get some time for Mauldin.
Clay Walters will punt it away inside his own 10. This one a much higher kick, not as far downfield. It's going to hit around the 50 and roll out of bounds close to the 45-yard line. Keep moving it back, and Alexander will have it on their own 47-yard line. Again, this back and forth battle of field position, neither side giving in yet.
Yeah.
But good starting field position for the Cougars. 3:58 to go in the first half. Alexander on top, 7-3 over Paulding County. We thank you for joining us on this Friday night in Dallas. Homecoming region opener. We expected a great test for both sides, and so far that's what we've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a really good defensive battle. Both teams hitting hard and not giving up a whole lot, and it's been kind of just penalties at the wrong times for each team.
Two tight ends to the right, two receivers to the left for Alexander. They'll run it to the right, and he's got some space. That's Foster up past the 50 to the 45 to the 40, keeps fighting, and he is finally brought down just past the 40. He's down at the 38. 15-yard run there from T.J. Foster. A lot of extracurricular activity that time.
Yeah, Paulding County, it could have been a flag on them, I was afraid, but it wasn't. But man, Foster is shifty, and I'm not mean that at all in a negative way. I mean, he is so hard to bring down. He changes directions really well, changes speeds well, and hits the hole extremely hard.
A receiver and a tight end to the right, two receivers to the left this time. They'll run it with Foster once again. He's got some space up to the 30, the 25, down the middle, inside the 20, and he is down again at the 19-yard line.
Wow, just absolutely no quit, no give up to him whatsoever. He runs so hard, and even when he was hit and spun, he continued to keep his feet moving and getting probably an extra 3 or 4 yards after when he was on his way down.
9 carries, 100 yards so far for T.J. Foster. We'll see if the Cougars can strike again before the horn sounds here in the first half. 2:55 to play in quarter number 2. They lead it by 4. Eccles turns around. He'll hand it off to Foster. Right side, up to the 15, the 10. He's hit from behind, and he is down at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, nice job of by Braden Scott right there. I know they're trying to hurry it up on offense, but good job by Scott on that pursuit.
It's a 10-yard gain and makes it 1st and goal here for the Cougars. They have it on the 9-yard line. It's been a great drive, and it's been all T.J. Foster. Paulding County almost jumps offside. Braden Scott stays just behind the ball. Two receivers to the left, one to the right, tight end to the right. It's Justin Williams. They'll hand it off to Foster. Up the gut, and he is in. Touchdown, Alexander. Just too easy. He wasn't touched until the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
And at that point, good luck bringing him down. 9-yard run there for T.J. Foster, and that makes it a 2-score game. (13-3), the Cougars lead here in the first half. A great drive for the Alexander offense, and especially T.J. Foster. The kick is up and good from Jacob Tucker. That makes it 14-3. 2 minutes and 18 seconds to play in the first half, and Paulding County now trailing by 11 points in the region opener. We'll step aside and hear from Georgia Power. We'll come back with the rest of the first half here on the Mountain Coast Network.
Sometimes we forget how easy it is to save energy at home. So Georgia Power is here with a little reminder, because it's often as simple as a twist to switch to LED bulbs, or as easy as a lift to move furniture away from air vents. It could be the flip of a switch to turn off the lights in an empty room. One way or another, these small changes can make a big difference, helping you save energy for the bigger things in life. Visit georgiapower.com/energy efficiency for tips and programs to help save energy and money.
And we're back here at Dave Hardin Stadium in Dallas, Georgia. Paulding County trailing 14-3 to the visiting Alexander Cougars. Just over 2 minutes to play in the first half. Alexander with a 9-yard touchdown run by TJ Foster to make it a 2-score game, and the Cougars getting set to kick this one off. It's Jacob Tucker, the senior, boots this one downfield. It's going to be caught just around the goal line, and Khalil Jones will bring it out up to the 15, and he is ripped down quickly. Big hit there by number 45, Jalen White, the senior. Once again, Paulding County just losing the field position battle, and that one hurts.
Yeah, they can't seem to get a whole lot going. And like I said, I think Hamilton's doing a great job. There's not a big threat on the run right there. Now we're seeing J.J. Kelly come out.
We'll see if the youngster can get something going in the running game or if Paulding County tries to stretch the field. They have 2 minutes and 14 seconds to work with here in the first half. 2 receivers to the left, a tight end and a receiver to the right. J.J. Kelly, the deep back, and Malden in the pistol. He'll hand it off to Kelly. They'll try to run it up the gut, and Kelly just has no space. He might actually lose yardage. They'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage, but just barely.
I tell you, they're just being swarmed. The offensive line has to start coming off the ball harder. They got to keep moving those feet. They've got to be able to, if they can't open up a lane, they're going to have to make sure that they're giving Malden time to throw, and they're not doing either one right now.
2nd down and 10, Malden will throw. It's caught up to the 20 by Sumlin. He'll get up to the 21, so a gain of around 6 yards. Brings up 3rd down and 4. Again, Sumlin, one of the players that is going to have to step up in the pass game after you lose David Okoye. He's had a couple of nice catches tonight. Need a big conversion here if you're the Patriots. They'll look to the right side. They have Jones open. He's got it at the 25, and that'll be enough to move the chains. Up to the 26 with forward progress. A 5-yard pass on 3rd down and 4 will give them a first down.
Great job right there. That was the same play that they threw a few minutes ago that he showed a little gun shy. That time he stepped into the pass, caught it, and enough to get that first down.
Need to hurry it up, though. Minute 12 to go in the first half. Malden looking near side. Now back to the right. He's got some space. It's Khalil Jones up to the 40. Tries to split the defenders, and he'll be brought down at the 41-yard line.
Tackle at the 41-yard line.
I gave Malden time to throw, and that's all the difference in the world. He was able to step into that throw, get that throw going to the long side of the field.
Clock rolls, under a minute to play now in the first half. 15-yard pitch and catch there from Malden to Jones. Now trips left, 1 receiver to the right. 1st down and 10 again. He'll go for Jones, and it's too high off his left hand and out of bounds. Trying to connect with him. It looked like almost, you don't want to call it a fade route, maybe a post route to the outside if that makes sense. And Jones just couldn't haul it in.
It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Patriots own 41-yard line.
Tyler Smith on the far side now along with Jones. Here on the near side, it's just Chardavon and the tight end Liam Jeffries. Malden will look to the near side. Obviously, clock was stopped there with that incompletion. Got 48.5 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter.
Giving Chardavon a lot of room on this side. I think they're going to try to get double move.
Malden is hit from behind. Ball is out, and Alexander's going to pick it up. They've got some space. He's at the 30, the 20, the 15, 10-5. Touchdown Cougars. A scoop and score there from Benjamin Thomas, the junior linebacker, and the Cougars have blown this one wide open in the first half. A flag flies late. Would imagine that's going to be an unsportsmanlike. I don't think it's going to take the points off the board. Braden Malden was crunched from behind.
He was hammered behind. I'm surprised he's still able to walk off.
An amazing play there for the Alexander defense, and they take a 20-3 lead in the first half. Malden, was coming near side. He was going to throw it, and just as he picked his arm up to let go of that ball, he was hit, blindsided by a defender. Just a clean hit. Great hit there, and picked up.
Yeah, oh yeah.
There was a scramble for it, and it fell right to Benjamin Thomas on the run. He scooped and scored, ran about 40 yards with it.
Yeah, Malden's shaking up. He's down here on the sidelines. You can tell he's hurting.
He's a tough kid, too. It
Sure
takes
is.
a lot to knock him off his game. And
he hadn't been hit like this, has he, all year?
No, he certainly has not. And it was shaping up to be a good drive for the Patriots, but it ends with 6 points the other way. That is a personal foul against Alexander, and that'll move back on the kickoff. So Jacob Tucker will try to kick this one through to make it an 18-point game. Paulding County with a disastrous turn of events here in the second quarter. They trail it now by 17, and the extra point up and good from Tucker, making it an 18-point game. 21-3, Cougars on top of the Patriots here in Dallas. Alexander with a great second quarter, a big scoop and score on that sack fumble. On the strip sack, rather. 21-3 your score. And Alexander bouncing right back onto the field, wanting to get things going again to kick it off. And Paulding County still in the huddle here on the near side, wanting to talk it over. Would imagine the Patriots after that going to be content with taking it to the half with 34 seconds remaining unless they have a huge return. Now, of course, with the personal foul, that's going to move it back to the 25. So a chance for some good field position here.
Yeah, absolutely. But you've only got 34 seconds, so you're going to have to really get on it, make sure. I bet you're right, though, unless, like you're saying, there's a big run that gets them close. I mean, gets them near the end zone. I think they're going to probably take a knee and let's go into halftime and regroup.
Khalil Jones is way back at the 15, and everybody else is huddled around the 40. Jacob Tucker can kick it pretty far, but standing on his own 25, we'll see how far he can kick it. Got 10 seconds on the play clock. Not sure what's going on. They haven't started the play yet. And timeout taken by Downs. He ran the clock all the way down on the kickoff. Wow. So 34 seconds remaining in the first half, 21-3. Alexander on top of Paulding County. And, of course, this is the same team who beat Paulding County 42-6 a year ago. You knew that they were going to have some potential to come in and, have a big first half, so put up some points on offense. But really the thing that surprised me with Alexander is how well their defense has played.
Absolutely. And they're doing a lot of what Coach Spence had talked about for Paulding County, but they are hitting. I mean, they're nothing dirty. But, man, they are making every hit count on whether it's running back, whether it's a receiver. And we've seen it kind of make a little bit of an effect on Paulding County. Receivers, anyway, kind of little skittish going into some of those catches. But it's Coach Spence is awfully good at regrouping. He's really good at adjusting. And so they're going to come out second half, I'm sure, ready to go.
Still got a little bit of time in the first half. We'll see what Paulding County elects to do with it as they will receive here. Jacob Tucker about to kick this one deep as he can, standing on his own 25 after that personal foul. Still a pretty nice kick. Jones will field it on his own 20. Coming near side, and there's no blockers, no blocking help. He's cut down at the 27. That one had the makings of a pretty good return, and then nobody set up a block.
There were no lanes at all, and
we try to find some positive on every return, but that time there were literally 4 blockers here, and then all you saw were 4 defenders slide through. Nobody made contact that time. Took the wrong lane, and Paulding County has it on their own 29. We'll see if they elect to actually run down the field or if they just try to run out the clock. You got J.J. Kelly in the backfield. Tight end receiver to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Pistol formation, Malden will take a knee, and that'll take us to halftime. Paulding County has seen enough. They want to talk it over and regroup, and we'll let them do it. That takes us to the halfway point. Alexander 21 and Paulding County 3. We'll step aside. We're going to take a timeout, hear from all of our sponsors here on the Mountain Coast Network. We'll come back with some halftime stats and analysis and try to find you some other scores of games going on around Northwest Georgia and Metro Atlanta. Your score at halftime, Alexander 21, Paulding County 3.
Georgia Highlands College has got you covered. With more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you can take classes the way you want from virtually anywhere. That means at GHC, it's the right time, the right place, at the right price. Did you know GHC has one of the lowest tuition rates in the country? That's right. You don't have to pay more for the same classes you would take at other colleges. Get your 2-year or 4-year degree right here at home. Now's your chance to take charge at Georgia Highlands College. Visit us today at highlands.edu to learn how you can take classes virtually anywhere and land a career in one of many rapidly growing fields. Again, that's highlands.edu. highlands.edu.
At First Bank Mortgage, we help others get to a better place. Your better place might be a yard for your kids or a bigger home for your growing family. Maybe it's just to refinance your current mortgage. Whatever your better place is, First Bank Mortgage will help you get there. Call 706-232-9458. Voted Best Mortgage Lender 2 years in a row. First Bank Mortgage, 338 West 3rd Street, Rome. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 472433. First Bank Mortgage, helping you get to your better place.
It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or a star under the local lights. Sometimes it's just not that easy to bounce up and walk it off. That's why Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab is here to keep you healthy on and off the field. Our licensed and certified therapists and trainers provide quality health care designed to get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. And our urgent care offices are conveniently located where you work and play. Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab offers the experience and technology needed to get you back in the game. Find out more at floyd.org.
If another crisis happens, will your job be secure? Find a career path where you are essential. Georgia Northwestern Technical College offers programs of study in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 convenient campus locations. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Visit us on the web at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Be essential.
When in Rome, be sure to stop by your Martha Berry Highway or East Rome McDonald's after the game. They're open 24 hours in the lobby and drive-thru to serve you. And remember, they serve fresh, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and $1.29 any size coffee, hot or iced, along with $1 any size soft drinks and sweet tea. Download the McDonald's app for great deals and earn loyalty and rewards points for every purchase toward free food. Your Martha Berry and East Rome McDonald's are proud supporters of Northwest Georgia's students and athletes.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands. Learn more at georgiapower.com/reliability.
At Logical Systems, we take the time to ensure your network is tailored to perform at the highest capacity. Whether upgrading your structured cabling or implementing new technology, Logical Systems helps your organization stay on the cutting edge of an ever-evolving market. Give Logical Systems a call today at 706-234-9896 for your network solutions.
When the Shorter Hawks football team hits the road, the Mountain Coast Network broadcast team heads to Automax. Corey Rhodes and his crew have the right vehicle for us to travel across the southeast from the mountains of upstate South Carolina to the Gulf Coast on the Florida Panhandle. Wherever you are headed, Automax has the car, SUV, van, or bus that you need. Call Automax today at 706-291-0600 or visit them online at automaxrental.com/Rome.
And welcome back to Dave Hardin Stadium right here in Dallas. You hear the Alexander High School Marching Band performing their halftime show. And they have been celebrating all night. We've heard the Alexander fight song a few times here in the first half as Paulding County trails the Cougars 21-3 at home on homecoming and in the region opener. A great first half there for Alexander. And, you know, looking back on it, Steve, it felt like Paulding County for most of it, they were really hanging with Alexander, and there's still time for them to battle back. This game's not over yet. But, you know, it feels like Alexander won the turnover battle and they won field position.
Yeah.
And that's the difference.
No, you're exactly right. And, you know, the beauty of it is that's one half. A lot can happen in a half, and we saw that. There were times that Paulding County did a great job, some great defensive stances. They were fortunate in the fact that a couple of drop passes. One definitely could have been a touchdown, or led to a touchdown anyway. That was dropped, but that happens, and so that you're going to strike that up again to defense, and they had some big stops. So you know, you could look at it both ways. One, you hate going into a locker room into halftime down 21-3, but you also got to understand it could have been a lot worse. It could have been better for you too. There was the play Chartavon was wide open, but Malden was hit right as he threw and wasn't able to step into it like he normally does. And knowing him and his accuracy, that could have easily been 6 for Paulding County. So, you know, you could play that game on both sides. What you've got to do now is that half's over. We got to come out. We've got to move offensively. The offensive line has to move defensive line. Defensive line is getting big push coming on just about every play, whether it's a run or a pass. And they've got to make sure that they're doing that. We've got to make sure that we take care of the ball.
Well, looking at the halftime stats, we'll start out with the Patriots, who trail at 21-3. You know, looking at total yardage, it's really not that different. Alexander's got 153 yards. Paulding County's got 93. The defense has stood tall in that first half. Alexander's just stood a little bit taller, especially there at the end with the strip sack and the scoop and score. But looking at rushing stats, 22 yards on 6 carries from Mason Hamilton. We've seen some good things from him.
Yep.
We've also got 6 yards on 2 carries from Micah Kelly. J.J. Kelly, 1 carry for no yards, and Braden Malden, 3 rushes, no yards for him. Braden Malden, passing-wise, 65 yards in that first half. Very unlike Braden Malden, but then again, he was getting rocked. He also threw that 1 interception. Aside from the interception, he has 4 other incompletions, so to this point, he's 9 for 14 passing, 65 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 pick. Receiving-wise, you've got 24 yards on 2 catches for Frederick Sumlin. You've got 26 yards on 3 catches for Khalil Jones, and 15 yards on 3 grabs for Francir Chartavon. As for Alexander, it's pretty easy to see who their player of the first half was. TJ Foster, 119 yards, 1 touchdown on 11 carries. He also had a couple of catches mixed in there as well. He's just electric.
He really is. He's the real deal. He's a top-notch running back. He hits the holes extremely well. The problem that you have to have with him is you always have to have pursuit, because he's able to cut back, sees cutback lanes really, really well. Can move laterally extremely well. He's the real deal at running back, and he makes it extremely difficult for any defense.
Jared Eccles was 5 for 8 passing, 35 yards, and 1 touchdown in that first half. Didn't really have to throw a whole lot, and when they were really just trying to attack the perimeter, not really trying to drive downfield. They had the 1 long touchdown pass, a 24-yarder to Devin Davis as he got open in the end zone. Scoring went like this. It was an opening field goal in that first quarter for Paulding County. They forced a 3-and-out, then went down the field, got that field goal, made it 3-0. And then Alexander came back, scored 2 touchdowns on offense. They had the 1 touchdown pass to Davis. They had the 9-yard touchdown run for T.J. Foster. And then right before the first half ended, Paulding County had a nice drive. Braden Malden was hit from behind, fumbled it, and then it was a scoop and score 40 yards later for the linebacker, Benjamin Thomas, to make it 21-3. So an exciting first half of action, but towards the end, things definitely shifted in favor of the Cougars. Steve, what do you think the Patriots have to do in that second half to, not only make it manageable and try to come back, but to win?
Well, I think it's a couple of things. I think one thing is you've got to address, again, the lines, both offensively and defensively. Defensively, they have to have penetration across the line of scrimmage, and offensively, they have to be able to keep Alexander's defensive line from penetrating. That's simple, I know, but that's one of the main things they're going to have to do. The other thing that they're kind of fighting right now is injuries. You have Micah Turner looks like he was limping off as he went. Gavin White is not, he's in street clothes today. You've got McCoy, who is not being able to play because he's hurt. You have your normal weapons are not there, and it's easy to get lost into that. And so they're going to have to get rid of, put that behind them, put this first half behind them, and they got to come out and play Paulding County football like they've played these last couple of games.
We'll see if they can do just that. Before we step aside, we do want to again shout out Christian White, the senior offensive lineman for Paulding County, homecoming king tonight. Congrats to him. Congrats to all the other people who were, not only named homecoming king, homecoming queen, homecoming princesses, but also all of them who were nominated. Big honor in itself, so congratulations to everybody who was recognized this evening. We still got a little bit of time left before the second half will start. We're going to take a time out and hear from some more sponsors, and then we'll come back and let you know some scores of games going on around Metro Atlanta and North Georgia. You're listening to Paulding County Patriots football on the Mountain Coast Network, presented by Georgia Highlands College.
When it comes to college, you don't have to pay more to get more. Georgia Highlands College offers more value at the price you want. More focus on your goals. More preparation for your future. More help navigating your path to success. And with more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you don't have to pay more for the same classes you can get right here at home. Start taking charge of your future and let us show you how to pay less and get more today. Visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu.
Sometimes we forget how easy it is to save energy at home. So Georgia Power is here with a little reminder, because it's often as simple as a twist to switch to LED bulbs, or as easy as a lift to move furniture away from air vents. It could be the flip of a switch to turn off the lights in an empty room. One way or another, these small changes can make a big difference, helping you save energy for the bigger things in life. Visit georgiapower.com/energy efficiency for tips and programs to help save energy and money.
At Logical Systems, we take the time to ensure your network is tailored to perform at the highest capacity. Whether upgrading your structured cabling or implementing new technology, Logical Systems helps your organization stay on the cutting edge of an ever-evolving market. Give Logical Systems a call today at 706-234-9896 for your network solutions.
It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or a star under the local lights. Sometimes it's just not that easy to bounce up and walk it off. That's why Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab is here to keep you healthy on and off the field. Our licensed and certified therapists and trainers provide quality health care designed to get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. And our urgent care offices are conveniently located where you work and play. Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab offers the experience and technology needed to get you back in the game. Find out more at floyd.org.
We're back here in Dallas. You hear behind us the Paulding County High School Marching Band. They allowed Alexander to go first, and now they're performing their halftime show and doing a great job as always. Always great to be back at home.
Absolutely.
Only the second game we've been able to do here this season, Steve, and a great crowd, great energy despite the deficit here at halftime. Players, families, friends, everybody in the community came up and supported them tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you add to it, you have the homecoming, which always, pulls student body into the game a little bit more, and they're involved and wanting to see who gets crowned and that kind of thing. And a whole week worth of probably activities and parades and those kind of things. And so, culminated by the game. And it's so good to be back here. It's so nice. It's such a welcoming place. And we've always felt so warmed and welcomed here, and we appreciate that. And we just, it's nice to be back, and it's good to see a great football game like we're getting to do tonight.
Well, there's a great game going on right now. Paulding County, of course, trailing Alexander 21-3. The Patriots will get the ball to start out the second half. There's a lot of other good games going on across this state tonight. Let's look at North Paulding. We talked about the Wolfpack taking on Brookwood tonight, and Brookwood with a lead at halftime, 20-14. Lithia Springs, who played Alexander last week, made the long drive down to Lee County tonight, 50-6 in the first half. 6 minutes to go in the first half, and Lee County on top of Lithia Springs 50-6. A big decision going against the Lions tonight. Some other games here in North and Northwest Georgia. Bremen on top of Jackson 35-6. You've also got Cedartown on top of Heard County 28-0. Rockmart on top of Sonoraville 28-21. You know, Adairsville rather is off tonight. Of course, Larry Gardner does the Adairsville Tiger game of the week. Every week he's wherever Adairsville is.
Right.
But tomorrow, Mountain Coast Network will be over in Atlanta as the Shorter Hawks are taking on Clark Atlanta. Kickoff at noon and airtime at 11:30. That should be a fun one.
Yeah, it should be, and it's always good to hear those guys call those games, and so we're looking forward to that day too. That's always, man, I tell you, the weekends, I love weekends about this time of the year. You got high school, college, pros coming in on Sundays, and then also the game Monday night. So, yes, it makes for a fun weekend.
You got 3 days all weekend of nothing but football, and then on Monday you got some more of it. Some other games going on tonight. You've got Marietta on top of Parkview, 7-0 into the first quarter in that game. We're also keeping track of Archer and South Gwinnett. Archer tied with South Gwinnett at halftime, 7-all. Continuing with some scores going on across the state of Georgia. Mount Zion leading Dade County 21-13 at halftime. Johns Creek leading Sequoia 20-6 at the midway point as well. And finally, Warner Robins leads Houston County in a big rivalry game, 35-3 at halftime of that one. You're listening to the Mountain Coast Network. Paulding County 3 and Alexander 7. The Cougars with a big second quarter pulling away with an 18-point lead, and now an opportunity for the Patriots to battle back. We're going to take another timeout and hear from some sponsors. Before we do want to thank our sponsors and shout them out. Our sponsors include First Bank Mortgage. Home loans are just a click away. Contact First Bank Mortgage today and let us earn your trust. Call them today at 706-232-9458. That's 706-232-9458. Also, McDonald's of East Rome and Armuchee. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. GNTC provides quality technical education and workforce development opportunities throughout the communities in Northwest Georgia. With campuses in Catoosa, Floyd, Gordon, Polk, Walker, and Whitfield counties, there's never been a better time to attend GNTC. For more information, go to gntc.edu. Thank you as well to Georgia Power. Georgia Power has been ranked #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power and Associates for 3 years in a row. Now through September 30th, you can receive free installation, a $0 activation fee, and a free doorbell camera or smart thermostat. This and other great deals are only available at Georgia Power, so visit georgiapower.com. And finally, Automax. Automax is the premier automobile rental company in North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. Call the Rome office at 706-291-0600. That's 706-291-0600. Or you can visit automaxrental.com. And the last of our sponsors we'd already read off earlier, Logical Systems. Thank you to them. Thank you as well to Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab and Georgia Highlands College. We'll step aside and come back with the start of the second half. 21-3, Alexander leads Paulding County at halftime on the Mountain Coast Network.
Georgia Highlands College has got you covered. With more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you can take classes the way you want, from virtually anywhere. That means at GHC, it's the right time, the right place, at the right price. Did you know GHC has one of the lowest tuition rates in the country? That's right. You don't have to pay more for the same classes you would take at other colleges. Get your 2-year or 4-year degree right here at home. Now's your chance to take charge at Georgia Highlands College. Visit us today at highlands.edu to learn how you can take classes virtually anywhere and land a career in one of many rapidly growing fields. Again, that's highlands.edu. Highlands.edu.
When in Rome, be sure to stop by your Martha Berry Highway or East Rome McDonald's after the game. They're open 24 hours in the lobby and drive-thru to serve you. And remember, they serve fresh, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and $1.29 any size coffee, hot or iced, along with $1 any size soft drinks and sweet tea. Download the McDonald's app for great deals and earn loyalty and rewards points for every purchase toward free food. Your Martha Berry and East Rome McDonald's are proud supporters of Northwest Georgia's students and athletes.
If another crisis happens, will your job be secure? Find a career path where you are essential. Georgia Northwestern Technical College offers programs of study in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 convenient campus locations. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Visit us on the web at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Be essential.
It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or a star under the local lights. Sometimes it's just not that easy to bounce up and walk it off. That's why Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab is here to keep you healthy on and off the field. Our licensed and certified therapists and trainers provide quality health care designed to get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. And our urgent care offices are conveniently located where you work and play. Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab offers the experience and technology needed to get you back in the game. Find out more at floyd.org.
And we're back. Logan Maddox and Steve Turrentine here at Dave Hardin Stadium. 21-3, Alexander leading Paulding County at the midway point. Both teams are out there warming up, trying to get set for the second half. We'll see what kind of adjustments head coach Van Spence and the rest of the coaching staff has put into place for Paulding County as they start the second half of play. Do want to shout out all the coaches for either side for Paulding County. They're coached by head coach Van Spence, offensive coordinator and quarterback coach Trent Thompson. The assistant head coach and offensive line coach is Rich Foster. Umbre Brown is the defensive coordinator. Gene Reynolds coaches the defensive line. Nick Brown leads the offensive line. Troy Vincent coaches special teams. Brandon Bowman coaches the receivers alongside Colton Ballou. Dylan Hamilton coaches the defensive backs. Brad Wood is an offensive assistant. And Brian Jacobson is running backs coach and recruiting coordinator. They're also helped out by managers Christina Powell, Kendall Turner, Taylor Turner, Randy Scott, and Emily Post. And filmers Kel Cochran, Tony Snell, Micaiah Durham, Jocelyn McGee, Caitlin Pittman, and Jace Cordell. And then also the coaches for Alexander, coached by head coach Olton Downs. He's in his first year, 49-27 overall, 2-0 this year. He won the state title a few years ago with Creekside in his first season there. They're helped by assistant coaches Andrico Hines, Ben Robinson, Dantraz Ligon, Jamal Jackson, Joseph Myricks, Kelby Watts, Kyle Sanders, Lee Culp, Matt Harvery, Matt Brennan, Morris Mitchell, and Ryan Young. And you got to credit that Alexander coaching staff. They've had a great game plan in the first half. On defense especially, just get pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're relying – it's a bold statement, but now I can kind of see why they do it. They're running a lot of stunts, a lot of blitzes, which puts your secondary in basically a man-to-man coverage, which could be dangerous against this Paulding County attack, but it's worked out well for Alexander so far because they're not giving Malden time to throw. When he can step into his throws, he's dangerous. But right now he's kind of running for his life and not being able to – he's forced to try to either throw it away. He's not able to go through progressions. And that's one thing that I know that they're going to try to make that adjustment. And then defensively, they have to stop Foster. They have to get penetration on the line, and they're going to have to make sure that they can stop Foster as much as possible. I feel like he's a back that you're not really going to stop. It's like that old saying, you just want to contain. You got to try to limit it as much as possible, take advantage of what they give you, and try to get those stops more often than not.
You're absolutely right. Both sides back out onto the field as the kicker, Jacob Tucker, will send it away. Khalil Jones will be back deep to return for Paulding County. Patriots won the opening toss and elected to defer. That's why they'll have it to start the second half. 21-3, Alexander leads here at halftime on homecoming. If Paulding County's going to have an amazing comeback, it's got to start right here. Second half underway as it's kicked long deep into the end zone and out for a touchback. Khalil Jones watched it hit just inside the end zone and wanted no part of it. So Paulding County will have it to start things out on their own 20-yard line. And a chance for Braden Malden to come in and have a more successful second half. He had some good throws, he had some good decisions, but when they're in your face every play, there's not much you can do.
No, it makes it extremely difficult.
Paulding County will come out with a receiver-heavy set again. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. A tight end to the left, it's Odabimi. Hamilton in the backfield. He'll receive the handoff coming near side. He gets the edge, but it closes quickly. He gains 1 yard as the safety Donovan Hoskins comes in hot.
Yeah, they do a really good job of closing. They have great closing speed, those linebackers do. They're, of course, the ends do a good job of keep making them have to bounce it outside, and just not a lot of room.
Short gain results in a second down and a long 8 here for Paulding County. 2 receivers to either side as Odabimi is in the slot on the left side. A pistol look, Malden, senior quarterback, receives a snap, looks to his right, now downfield. He's going to let one fly, and he's got Khalil Jones up to the 50. A big pass, a 28-yard throw there from Braden Malden, and Jones hauls it in.
You know, exactly what we talked about. Line did a really good job. They stood the defensive line up that time. Gave him time, gave Malden time to throw, and when you can do that, it can be dangerous. That's why you can't, even though it's a 21-3 lead, you can't count Paulding County out because they can score quickly.
3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Malden wasting no time. Back to Jones at the first down inside the 40. He's tripped up just enough to be brought down by the second defender, an 11-yard gain.
Defending on the play for Alexander, number 1.
We mentioned how big it was that they lost David Okoye. You're going to have to see Shardavon step up, Tyler Smith, and Khalil Jones, and Jones doing just that. Somebody in the crowd's alarm going off on their phone, if you can hear on the crowd mic. We'll turn it down for a second while they get that figured out.
Oh,
Malden will throws it while he's getting hit, almost caught there by Sumlin, but instead it falls incomplete. That'll bring up second down and 10. Pressure that time by Nehemiah Dukes, the senior defensive lineman.
Yeah, that pocket closed in a hurry. It really didn't close as much as it collapsed, and he just had to had to throw it away. And really good effort by Sumlin there.
Sumlin has looked good tonight. We saw him just a little bit in the Chapel Hill game once Okoye went out with an injury. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right, Malden in the pistol, and Hamilton behind him, second down and 10. They'll go with Hamilton. He's got some room, cuts up field, and gains nothing. Thought he was going to get a yard. Instead, he got nothing.
I wasn't laughing. I'm laughing at, you're exactly right. I thought, oh, man, he's about to break it, and then all of a sudden he disappeared almost, and there was about 5 Alexander players that hit him at one time, so that closed in a hurry also. It's just they're really, really quick, very, very fundamental.
Justin Williams is a tight end on offense. He's the nose guard on defense, big number 34. When he gets his paws on you, you're going down quickly. Paulding County, third down and 10, ball just inside the 40 of Alexander. Need a conversion here. They'll throw for Jones, and he plucks it out of the air. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's down at the 5-yard line. How did he catch that?
I tell you, that was a phenomenal catch. I mean, he did such a good job of staying concentrated because they tried to jump that play. The cornerback on that side tried to get a pick and missed it, and a lot of times that ends with an incomplete pass. But it didn't mess with the concentration. Jones did a good job of catching it and a good run afterwards.
Almost picked that time, almost undercut, but Malden got just enough air under it. Now they'll run it with Hamilton. Between the tackles, he goes nowhere. He'll get up to the 5, to the original line of scrimmage, and that brings up second down and goal.
No gain on the play. It'll be second and goal.
Paulding County trying to battle back. They trail at 21-3, 9.5 to play in the third quarter. A couple of big catches on this drive by Khalil Jones and a couple of really nice placed balls by Braden Malden. 2 receivers to either side. Ball on the right hash at the 5-yard line. Bring a man in motion, and I think somebody else moved in motion as well.
Yep, they sure did.
Ball start called against the offense.
That'll move it back, and that one hurts if you're Paulding County.
Dude, the only good thing about that is you still have time. That's not that that's helpful at all, but it's not as bad as it normally could be because it gives you room for fade routes. It gives you a little bit more room for slant routes and those kind of things, but still, you just don't. You need more discipline than that. Yeah.
Same play, bringing Odebemi in motion. He'll look to the right side and flares it out there for Jones. Good coverage, and it's incomplete.
Number 17, Braden Malton, is passing to the
That time the defensive back was shadowing Jones the whole way, and he closed in.
Yeah, he did a good job. That was a good play on both of them, really. Jones tried to shield him with his body, but it was just a little bit thrown too wide. But really not a bad throw because Jones was the only one that could have caught that ball.
3rd down and goal from the 10-yard line for Paulding County. 2 receivers to either side on the formation. Extra defender coming up, looking as if he's going to bring some pressure on this play from the left side. They're sending everybody, it appears. Malden identifies that. He'll throw in the end zone, and it's caught. Was he in? He was out of bounds, they'll say. It was Khalil Jones, but he couldn't get a foot in. And now, if you're Paulding County, it's a very interesting decision.
Yeah, I think you need some points right here. I could definitely see either way, but when you got somebody who's not trying to jinx him by any stretch, but you got somebody as automatic as Walters is, you need some points. But you sure hate not being able to get a touchdown right there.
Clay hit one from 37 yards earlier. This one looks about 10 yards closer. 27, 28-yard field goal, and a flag flies immediately.
Goodness gracious.
Substitution infraction.
Looks like it's 12 men on the field. And now that I look at it, yeah, that's a few too many guys out there.
I don't understand. Paulding County has such a...
so they pick it up.
They're struggling with their special team.
So Paulding County will have it 4th down and goal at the 10-yard line of Alexander. A good first drive of the second half for the Patriots, but the Cougar defense again standing tall. You know, they've been maybe a little bit at times, but they're not going to break.
No, you're right.
You look at the games they played so far, they've allowed just, 2 touchdowns and 1 field goal on offense. Yeah. They beat Chapel Hill 45-2 to start out the season. Then they won 20-17 last week against Lithia Springs. Alexander now only allowing 3 points in the first half to Paulding County, and the Patriots sending that kicking unit back out there. Clay Walters, the senior kicker, here on homecoming. See if he can go 2 for 2 on field goals. 28-yard attempt from the right hash. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. And that makes it a 2-possession game. Clay Walters with another 3-pointer makes it 21-6, and Paulding County achieves their goal. They get a score to start out the second half. I think as much as you wanted a field goal, as much as you want to go for it there, the safe decision is the right decision.
Well, you need points because, like I said, either way, you're going to be your 2 possessions. And so you need to have some points. Again, though, I can see it both ways, but I do feel like that was a smart move right there because you're just starting the 3rd quarter, and you've got to be able to walk away with some points.
That score coming with 8:37 to play in the 3rd quarter. A 3-minute and 23-second drive there from the Patriots, and much of it Malden to Jones.
Yeah, and that's really, even down at the goal line, they tried to have that connection 2 or 3 times.
Clay Walters set to kick it away again. We've seen Bryce Wardlaw, a fellow senior kicker, kick it a few times this year. We might see him later on this evening, but Walters set to kick it off again. He'll trot up and sends it down the field. TJ Foster, for the first time, he'll get a chance to return it inside the 10. He gets up to the 15, to the 20, spins away from one man. The ball is out, and Paulding County says they have it.
I think they might have it. I couldn't tell, though. Well, no, maybe not.
So a heads-up play there by the Cougars. That time Foster tried to spin away from one man, bumped into another, and it popped out. Alexander falls on it. And a great job by the Cougars to recover it. Mistakes are going to happen. It just depends on if you're able to limit how bad it damages you. And for Alexander, they did a good job.
Good coverage that time. They decided to kick it deep. They have been, they called a penalty right there. I'm not sure. I didn't see what it was, but I just saw.
It's a block in the back against Alexander, so it's going to bring it back about half the distance to the goal, and they'll have it inside their own 10. Ball will be placed just past the 9-yard line. So Alexander, for the first time tonight, is not going to have good field position. Jared Eccles has been very efficient, 1 touchdown pass. The running back beside him is Donovan Hoskins, the senior. He'll receive the handoff right up the gut. He'll get around the 10 or 11-yard line. He'll gain 3 yards, they say, brings up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, nice play defensively. They're getting a little bit more penetration. I also noticed they're running a little bit more. They're moving those linebackers in those A and B gaps a little bit quicker. Those inside gaps to try to. That's where a lot of the runs have been. The successful runs that Alexander has been between the tackles. So they're trying to take that away a little bit. And in that case, it worked. And a good job defensively.
They'll pitch it to Hoskins this time. Cuts upfield. He'll get close to the 15-yard line. Gain of 3, back-to-back gains of 3 yards. Has it at 3rd down and 4.
Really the first time we've seen a dose of Hoskins. I mean, he's been kind of carrying the load a little bit with Foster. Foster getting the bulk of the carries. But Hoskins is a pretty good little runner in his own right.
Trips right, 1 receiver to the left on 3rd down and medium. Need to get it up close to the 20-yard line for a 1st down. They have it at their own 15. Moving Hoskins from left to right. Eccles is set. He'll hand it off. Hoskins will run it. He's got the 1st down and a lot more. He's up to the 30. Lowers his shoulder at the 35, powers ahead to the 40.
Wow.
That's how quick they are. A
Absolutely.
25-yard run.
Yeah, excellent run. I mean, just kept his head up, kept his eyes up. Made really good cutback, especially after about 10 yards down. Made a really good cutback right there. And he looks like he's headed out. Hopkins. Foster back in, it looks like, which could be trouble for Paulding County.
It's a really good 1-2 punch.
Wow.
Trips left and 1 to the right. Eccles in the gun and TJ Foster, who's already over 100 yards, to his right. Eccles comes up and has a quick chat with the offensive line, trying to hurry things up now, and they didn't get the play off. Clock hits 0, and the young quarterback spent a little bit too long. Spent too much time that time.
You know, it's those kind of things, as well as Alexander's been playing, it's those kind of things that you know that Coach Downs is frustrated with. Especially the delay of game. There's just no reason for that. If they had to play in plenty of time, they were at the line and just took too much time.
Again, we thank you for joining us on this Friday night in Dallas. 6:28 to go in the 3rd quarter, 21-6. Alexander has the lead in the ball. 1st down and 15. They hand it off to Foster. He'll get back up past the original line of scrimmage, and he ends up gaining around 9 yards. Another good pickup from TJ Foster.
Yeah, just lowered his shoulder, and you wouldn't think that. Like I said, he's not the biggest running back in the world, but man, he is super talented. And you saw a little bit of power right there. Just lowered his helmet and kind of pushed forward for 3 or 4 yards.
A defender for Paulding County is down. We've seen already a couple of injuries tonight for the Patriots, and we'll try to get a number for you. He's currently being helped out by the training staff. Paulding County trailing 21-6. The Patriots with a field goal to start out the 2nd half. Clay Walters from 28 yards away was good. Injured Paulding County Patriot is number 9, the senior Jalen Gandy. He is up and he's walking off the field under his own power. Might have just been a stinger. We hope that he's going to be okay. The way it looks, we would assume he should be able to get back in the game.
Yeah.
As he's being led to the medical tent by the trainer. Wellstar Hospital and PT Solutions, they've got a tent set up down here. They've done a great job taking care of these Patriot athletes this season. So the Cougars have it, 2nd down and 7. Ball close to the 45. They'll pitch it on the left side to Foster. Cuts upfield. He's past the 50 up to the 40. A flag flies. He's knocked down inside the 40, but we'll see what the flag is.
I believe that was an unnecessary hold on one of the receivers.
Got all the way
he was
up
already by him, if it was what I saw anyway. It may not have been, but yeah.
That was a 21-yard run, wiped off. That'll bring up second down and long now. It's a penalty from the spot of the foul, so it's not going to be, second down and super long. It's just going to be second down and 9, second down maybe 10. So the Cougars will have it there. Ball on their own 40-yard line. Need to get it up to midfield for a first down. Bunch look to the right. They're going to run it with Foster coming near side. He's got the edge. A good block on the outside, and he is sprung open up to the 40. The 30. They're trying to catch him from behind. Not until he gets down to the 20. That's a 40-yard pickup.
Phenomenal block by number 10, Luke Collins. And it was interesting because I wondered if they were going to call a hold, but he let go in time, and that's what it looked like. He was explaining, the referee, the white hat was explaining to Coach Spence, because I could tell he was asking that same question, but really good block.
Running left side, it's Hoskins. Yes, indeed. He's inside the 10. That's another first down. That's an 11-yard pickup for Hoskins.
They've got to find an answer for this running game, but right now they're just running at will. Even when they're getting backed up, they're finding a way and haven't really made it. It's been all on the ground, if I'm not mistaken. Logan, I might have missed it.
Right. I believe you're right. So ball now resting at the 7-yard line of Paulding County, trying to add to this 15-point lead. They'll bounce it outside with Hoskins, cuts up, and he is in. Touchdown, Alexander. The Cougars score again, a 7-yard touchdown run from Donovan Hoskins, the senior. 27-6. It's a 3-touchdown game again.
Just played off that left end, and I'm not sure if he was even touched till he got to about the 1-yard line. By that time, it was way too late.
Extra point from Tucker is up and through, and that makes it a 22-point game, 28-6. Paulding County just not finding any breaks so far, and Alexander putting their foot on the pedal. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with the kickoff. Your score, Alexander 28, Paulding County 6, here on the Mountain Coast Network.
At First Bank Mortgage, we help others get to a better place. Your better place might be a yard for your kids or a bigger home for your growing family. Maybe it's just to refinance your current mortgage. Whatever your better place is, First Bank Mortgage will help you get there. Call 706-232-9458. Voted Best Mortgage Lender 2 years in a row. First Bank Mortgage, 338 West 3rd Street, Rome. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS ID 472433. First Bank Mortgage, helping you get to your better place.
En Georgia Power, todo lo que hacemos es por nuestros clientes. Estamos invirtiendo en tecnología para aumentar la resiliencia de nuestra red, expandiendo nuestra infraestructura para reducir cortes y tiempo en reparaciones, y suministrando una mezcla de energía limpia, incluyendo solar y nuclear. Nos esforzamos en mantener los costos 15% bajo el promedio nacional, con el mejor servicio al cliente. Con energía confiable, el futuro está en tus manos. Conoce más en georgiapower.com/reliability.
And we're back here on the Mountain Coast Network. It's a great return here for Paulding County, but what a hit there by the kicker. Jacob Tucker, oh my goodness, and a flag flies. It was a good return there for the Patriots. Chardavon cut it up to the 30, and then he was decleated.
Holy smokes.
There's not many kickers who could hit like that. Oh my goodness.
That was such a big hit.
And another flag comes in late, and we'll see if that's against Alexander or Paulding County. They're discussing on whether or not it's targeting.
Wow.
Obviously, one of the Patriot defenders came out earlier with targeting. Looked like a clean hit from up
here. I thought
here,
it was too. I thought it, of course, it doesn't matter if the helmet. It's a matter of if it's a head, if it's a contact to the head. It could be a shoulder or whatever. The crown of the helmet is an indicator in one of the definitions, but you also, if you just can't make a contact to the head, and that was But yeah, I'm like you. That was wow. That was a shot. I tell you though, we've seen this from Alexander. They will hit you. I mean, they came to play. They
They're
came
not
with some
modest about
intensity.
it.
Boy,
Yeah.
they're going to level you.
That was a great tackle by the kicker, Jacob Tucker, assuming that it's not targeting. Assuming, right now that it was a clean hit, which it looked like up here. That's a heck of a tackle.
Oh, absolutely was.
And it was good blocking by Paulding
and the
County.
thing about it is, even whether they called the targeting or not, the thing about it is it was not a malicious head hunting hit. It was just broken down and hit.
And it's a personal foul against Alexander. I think they took away the targeting penalty. And then it's a personal foul against Paulding County. So they will offset, so the Patriots will have it at their own 30-yard line. That was the best return we've seen so far from Paulding County.
Absolutely it was.
And it just goes to show you it's been that kind of night for the Patriots. Something goes good.
But it also shows you the toughness, because that was a pop now. But Chardavon's up, and he's there, right there at his wide receiver position.
One receiver and one tight end to either side here. Malden in the pistol and J.J. Kelly behind him. J.J. on the handoff, gets up to the 30, and he is hit hard, falls ahead to the 32-yard line. Alexander has played just about as nice of a first 3 quarters as you could ask for coming into this game. Clock rolls under 5 minutes to play here in quarter number 3. 28-6, Alexander leading Paulding County. 2 receivers and an H-back to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Kelly, the deep back in the pistol. They'll pass on a bubble screen, and it's short, trying to get it to Chardavon that time.
Yeah, that's the first thing that Malden did is look over to his sideline and point to himself, saying that was my fault, because he skipped it to him, and he had some room over there. But it's hard to say because Alexander flies to the ball so well. It was hard to know how much that would have yards it could have gained, but he definitely skipped it over there to him.
So now, important down here for the Patriots, 3rd down and 8, and time called, I believe, by Alexander. They had a late man running off. So timeout is granted, and the Cougars are able to talk it over. Now, we do want to remind you we're going to be hitting the road next week, heading on over to Douglasville at Douglas County High School. The Tigers taking on the Patriots. And if you can't make it out, of course, try to make it out if you're listening in, if you're a Patriot faithful. The team would love to have you out there supporting them in what's going to be a great environment for a football game. Douglas County is always a good team. And, last year Douglas County was actually building a football stadium. I believe it's set up there now. All their home games were played at New Manchester last year because it's split between, I think, New Manchester and maybe Chapel Hill. I would assume the stadium is built now, so it should be great to test out that new field next year. Looking forward to it. But still got some time left in this one. A quarter and a half to play. 4:41 to go in the 3rd quarter. Paulding County needs to kick it into high gear if they're going to come back, though, trailing it 28-6. A pair of Clay Walters field goals has been all the offense has managed to this point. They'd like to turn that around. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Tyler Smith, the lone man here on the near side. Malden in the pistol, behind him J.J. Kelly. The senior has the ball. Malden in the pocket. He'll step up. He'll keep it. He's up to the 40. Jukes a man. He's up to the 45 and close to the 50. How about a nifty little 19-yard run? But a flag is down in the backfield.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's where holding's usually called. It was a great run. Great decision to run. Great job on the juke. But I'm afraid it's all for nothing.
Braden Malden, of course, we know his prowess in the pocket, but he's shown his athleticism some this year. Has the ability to tuck it and run. Now the defense is walking back. That's against Alexander. It's a personal foul against the Cougars.
Yeah,
so
dead ball foul. Maybe have been, wow.
So a 17-yard pickup for Malden, then a 15-yard penalty. They go from midfield to the 35-yard line, and suddenly Patriots have a really nice drive going.
Looked like it might have been an ejection.
Could have been one player heading to the sideline for.
Yeah, he motioned, it looked like the referee motioned that he was ejected, so I'm not real sure what happened, but.
It could have been the case where you have 2 personal fouls and perhaps that. Either way, it looks as if he's thrown out. Second player to be ejected from this game, as Paulding County had a player in the first quarter thrown out due to targeting. Once play is whistled back in, Paulding County will have 3 receivers to the right, 1 man to the left, pistol formation. While the officials are discussing this, Paulding County's offensive coaching staff busy doing motions and letting their team know some late adjustments. The man in the slot for Paulding County on the right side is number 24, Daniel O'Neill, the sophomore. First time we've really seen him this year. First down and 10 at the 35 of Alexander for Paulding County. Same pistol formation look here. They will throw. Malden, he's going to heave it as far as he can, and nobody can get to it. He overthrew everybody, was aiming for Khalil Jones there, and Jones is fast, but he's not that fast.
Yeah, he just ran like a little skinny post, it looked like, and well covered. He was covered from behind, and fortunately, it was thrown too far in front and of Jones. So, but yeah, the defender was with him stride for stride.
Really want to credit the offensive line for Paulding County here in the second half. They've stepped it up in pass protection especially. They'll run it on second down and 10. J.J. Kelly right side. He gets a quick 5 yards, then busts ahead for a gain of 3 more. Goes in as a pickup of 8 and brings up third down and 2.
I tell you, though, also their running game has been better. Granted, got a little bit more experienced running back with J.J. Kelly in there, but I believe they're looks like the line's holding their blocks a little bit more and giving that running back time to get through the hole.
Third down and 2 now. Ball on the, say, 27-yard line of Alexander. Paulding County trailing by 22 points, 3.5 to go in the third quarter. 2 tight ends in this formation. They are going to keep it on the ground with Kelly. He's trying to get upfield. He'll get 1 yard, and then he's brought down.
Kelly again on the carry.
That brings up fourth down and short now for the Patriot offense.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do here. Looks like they're going to send in the.
It'll be fourth down and 2 yards to go.
No, looks like they're going for it.
Bringing in some big men, including number 58, Talon Cochran. Also number 48, J-Rod Abrams. Malden under center. It's more than likely going to be a quarterback sneak here. At least that's the formation.
It's not an easy get, though. I mean, that's a full 1 yard, isn't it?
1, maybe even a yard and a half.
I was about to say, maybe that's not a.
They bring a man in motion. Alexander will not jump off sides, and now head coach Van Spence will call timeout. So the Patriots trying to draw him off sides, unable to. It'll be fourth down and let's say a short 2 from the 32-yard line of Alexander. So far, we've seen some of the adjustments that Paulding County has made. Defensively, they're still struggling a bit, but on offense, it feels like they've turned the corner just a little bit.
Yeah, it's just they've just got to turn it on. They really can't afford to not come down every time and get some type of a score. But then there's also a point, too, where they have to make stops on defense. So, it's not panic yet, but there is a definite situation to where they've got to turn it up more than what they've been doing right now. Walters is still standing here, so I believe they're wanting to go for it.
With the Mountain Coast Network live broadcasting our games this week.
Hey, we appreciate them.
You cannot make it out to the Patriots game live stream through the Mountain Coast Network.
And we appreciate the shout out.
Yeah,
heard that on the PA. How about that? So fourth down and short now for the Patriot offense. Paulding County looks as if they're going to go for it. Ball on the 32, need to get it up to the 30 for a first down.
I wonder if it's just going to be like quarterback sneak and try to push him.
Same formation, got 2 big men behind him. No, it's going to be a run. Now it's going to be a pass. They're going to flare one out for Odebimi. Too high for the tight end. Incomplete. Not what I was expecting on fourth down and 2, but it almost worked out.
It was well covered. They had 1 in front, 1 behind him. I tell you, I've been super impressed with Alexander. They stick. They don't. They stay with where they're supposed to be. They're not caught off guard very often. At least they haven't been tonight. They're playing their spots real well.
So now Alexander with a chance to not necessarily finish off the game, but to definitely help their case.
Absolutely.
They lead at 28-6 with 2:41 to go in the third quarter. Bringing in a spread look. They are going to keep it with Eccles left side on the read option, and he is going to lose a yard. So Jared Eccles unable to cut upfield. He loses a yard. He's now to -5 rushing yards on the night. Brings up 2nd down and 11.
I tell you, that was well disciplined on that right side of the defense, because why wouldn't you think they were going to hand it to Foster? And but Eccles kept it, and they did a great job of staying at home and keeping him for no gain.
2nd down and 11. They are going to hand it off this time with Foster coming near side. It's a hold. A flag comes in. Foster cuts upfield, dives, sees what he can get.
Not sure if that's a hold or a chop. It could have been either one. Yep, hold.
Against the offense is the call.
Moves it back 10 yards. 2nd down and 11 becomes 2nd down and 21 now. Instead of having it on their own 26, it's going to be at their own 16, I would imagine. Paulding County, if they can get a stop here, should have really good field position. And if you're going to come back, it's got to start at some point. It's never too late. We've been around the sport long enough, Steve, to know that anything can happen in high school football. 28-6, Alexander with a big lead here in the third quarter, but the Cougars being pushed back further after a holding penalty. Ball on their own 13-yard line. Need to get it up to close to the 40, up to the 37 for a first down. That hold was in the backfield, so 2nd down and say 22, 23 now. Screen pass on the outside, and Paulding County covers it well. They'll gain just 2 yards on the pass to number 24, Jaden McCoy.
Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 22.
Of course, Alexander's too is perfectly fine just running clock. Even if they, it is surprising because they're very aggressive. So I figured they would just continue to push and push and push, and they might right here. But right now they've been really safe plays for the most part, conservative type plays.
3rd and 22. They're going to flare it to the outside with T.J. Foster. Cuts back to the inside. He's at the 20. There's a pushing war going on between the two sides, and play is stopped. They'll say that he goes in and gains a nice little pickup.
Foster again on the carry. Tackles were led by number 24, Daniel.
So it went from 2nd down and very long to, 3rd down and very long to 4th down and just a little bit over 13, 4th and 14.
Yeah.
They're going to punt it either way.
Went from very long to long.
Yeah, and that's an improvement. We promise. Chardavon will be back to return on this punt. Tucker, the senior punter, to kick it away.
Oh, man. See, their Paulding County can't get the right people on the field.
Had 12 men on there, and this one is shanked. It's coming near us in the press box. Heads up on that medical tent. This is going to be great field position for Paulding County. We'll see how far they mark it up. It might be inside the 20.
Oh,
or inside the 30
definitely,
at least.
I thought so, yeah.
They're going to stop inside the 30. Jacob Tucker's been solid tonight. It happens to the best of them. That time it just came off the side of his foot weird.
Yeah, it definitely shanked that one. And big break. They had a stop. They have to come away with some points right here. Ideally, touchdown. They're getting to the point where field goal is not really going to matter anymore.
Ball at the 28-yard line of Alexander. So essentially with that shank punt, and all the penalties on that previous drive, what you do if you're Paulding County is you're making up for 40, 50 yards of field position.
Absolutely.
See what they can do with it. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Malden scrambling to his right. He's sacked, and the ball is out. They pick it up at the 40, and Dukes has it. He's to the opposing 40, up to the 30. J.J. Kelly chasing him from behind. He fumbles it, and it's recovered by Paulding County, and they have it with a touchback. Nehemiah Dukes was trying to score took it all the way inside the 10, and
What
J.J. Kelly.
phenomenal
Oh, my
effort.
goodness. I have never seen that happen. If you're Dukes, that's a failure of communication there. If you're the blockers, just tell him to fall down.
Well, he had 3 or 4 people blocking for him. I don't know why none of them could get Kelly, but Kelly, what an effort. It's like a Metcalf.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, that was an absolute phenomenal effort by J.J. Kelly. Wow. And he's getting the congratulations he deserves right there. That was a phenomenal, phenomenal effort.
The last play of the third quarter might have been the most memorable of the entire night. Unbelievable. So Paulding County will have it on their own 20 as we flip sides of the field. The Patriots will be driving left to right as we sit in the press box. I've never. So if you're just joining us, a strip sack there. Braden Malton hit from behind again, picked up by Nehemiah Dukes, the senior defensive lineman. He was bumbling and stumbling as far as he could and got about 50 yards down the field, hit from behind, stripped out by the running back, J.J. Kelly, the sophomore, forces a fumble, recovered by Liam Jeffries in the end zone for a touchback.
The craziest thing is that he had 3 people running beside him, and Kelly just picked his way through them all and was able to knock the ball out. I just feel like a DK Metcalf play.
Yeah.
I mean, except it wasn't an interception. It was a strip sack. But my goodness gracious. Wow.
Paulding County trailing 28-6 as we start the fourth quarter of play.
And if I'm not mistaken, Donovan Hoskins was the one that caused that fumble, if I'm not mistaken. He was blitzing from this that left side.
Fresh set of downs here for the Patriots. They're going to hand it off up the middle. They'll get a nice gain of around 3 or 4 yards on the handoff. I think that was J.J. Kelly. No, that was Hamilton. Hamilton picks up 3, brings up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, I think they won't give J.J. Kelly a little breather.
He's earned it.
Absolutely. Wow, that was such a phenomenal play.
2nd and 7 now. Ball on the Alexander 23-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left, and H-back to the right. He moves over to the left now. Hamilton, the deep back, and Malden in the pistol. Broken play. Malden will keep it coming near side, and he is cut down. Ball comes out, and I think they took away a fumble. They said he was down.
No, he wasn't.
That was a fumble.
When he got hit, he was in the air when he lost the ball.
Goes in as a pickup of 2 yards there for Braden Malden.
Yeah, it was a definitely broke play. Malden turned to hand off to his left, and nobody there. The ball carrier went to the right instead, and so Malden just had to make do with what he had. He got hit pretty hard, but caught a break.
2 receivers to either side on this formation. Pistol look. Malden, the quarterback, and J.J. Kelly, the running back. They will pass on 3rd and 5. Malden scrambling to his left. He'll throw on the run. He's got Khalil Jones, gets around the defender up to the 40. Still spinning, fighting ahead to the 45-yard line. That's a 20-yard pass to Khalil Jones and another 1st down.
Yeah, nice run at the end of that play by Jones. Such a great team. Malden's showing me some stuff right here. He hadn't really been hit like this, but he keeps getting up and he keeps making plays.
Time called as an injured Cougar is on the field. Try to get the number of him. 10:59 to go in the fourth quarter. 28-6, Alexander on top.
I think it's 49. I'm not positive, Logan. It's hard for me to tell.
Looks like.
No, I believe it's 49.
That's Chandler Harris, who had the interception earlier for Alexander, and we hope that the senior's okay. He's being attended to on the field. We'll step aside. 28-6, Alexander on top of Paulding County here in Dallas.
When it comes to college, you don't have to pay more to get more. Georgia Highlands College offers more value at the price you want. More focus on your goals, more preparation for your future, more help navigating your path to success. And with more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you don't have to pay more for the same classes you can get right here at home. Start taking charge of your future and let us show you how to pay less and get more today. Visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu.
1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1
And we're back here at Dave Hardin Stadium. The senior defensive lineman Chandler Harris helped off the field by the training staff here at Paulding County High School. We're about ready to get play going again after a 21-yard pass from Malden to Khalil Jones. The Patriots have another first down. See what they can do with it. Two receivers to either side once more. They fake a screen. They're going to go long. They've got Tyler Smith at the 30, and it's knocked away. What a perfect play on defense by Jalen Mack.
Yeah, really nice play, but and we know that Smith isn't he's usually just a defensive player. They use him some on there on offense, but if he would have come back to the ball, that could have been a reception. But yeah, just a really nice play right there by that number 13, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, nice play by number 13, Jalen Mack. Yeah, just to get in there and get that hand in the way.
Sophomore swats it away, brings up second down and 10, and a big hit in the backfield. It's going to move the Paulding County offense in reverse. A loss of 2 yards from J.J. Kelly.
Yeah, that was big number 44. Just Nehemiah Dukes. He's been everywhere, and when he gets there, he makes his presence known. He is a big fella, and he moves really, really well, and he does such a good job of just making really solid contact with people.
Third down and long now for the Paulding County offense. Malden trying to find something. He'll go for Jones, and Jones fights ahead and gets the first down.
Wow.
He caught it short of the
Great
sticks.
effort.
Spins away somebody pulling his jersey from behind, reaches ahead and gets a gain of 13.
That's the kind of thing you want to see as a coach too. It would have been easy just to go down, but he knew enough, wanted enough, had enough desire, enough fight left in him that pushed ahead to try to get that first down and got it.
That moves the chains. Another first down for the Paulding County offense, but the clock is rolling. Down to around 9:30 to go. Bunch formation to the left. We'll see what the Patriot offense will do. Malden coming near side. He'll dump it off. It's Jones again. He's got the first down and some more. Inside the 20, down to the 15, and he'll fall ahead to the 14.
Yeah, nice play right there. They just hit that drag route. It was a tight formation, really. Even the receivers, they had two receivers on each side, and they were even tighter. Nobody really was wide out, and they just had a little drag route from that slot receiver, Jones. It was really nice, well-designed play.
Khalil Jones might be setting a school record tonight. 9 catches, 163 yards.
I wish I had him on my fantasy team.
I know, right? Timeout called by Alexander's defense. They want to talk it over. They've got to fix some things on pass defense, try to dial up some different blitzes, try to get some more pressure on the quarterback. Braden Malden's having too much time in the backfield now.
Yeah, he's dangerous when that happens, yeah.
28-6, Alexander on top. Got 9 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Paulding County hoping that they can come back, but time running thin here at Dave Hardin Stadium. Homecoming in Dallas, great crowd, and they're sticking around till the very end. They're making a lot of noise, and student section getting into it. The band right beside us here in the press box doing a great job. The thing is, we could turn the field mic off. You'd still hear them.
You can still hear them, absolutely.
They're doing a great job. They're playing along, and they've kept the spirits high this entire matchup. Timeout is over, and both teams will head back onto the field. Paulding County has it, first down and 10 on the Alexander 14. Paulding County has not scored a touchdown yet tonight. They'd love to change that here. They'll have a receiver and a tight end to either side. Now the tight end on the left moves to an H-back roll on the right. Malden will hand it off. It's J.J. Kelly. He spins around, still on his feet. He goes nowhere. Gains 1.
Kelly again on the carry.
I tell you one thing about these running backs is they have earned every bit of yards that they've gotten, though. I mean, they're getting they're getting hammered when they're running inside, and that was not any different right there.
First down and 10 on the Alexander 13. 8:40 to go in the game. Paulding County wasting no time getting set at the line of scrimmage. Two receivers to either side. Pistol formation. Bringing Odebemi in motion. It's a pass. Throwing down the middle. It's caught by Sumlin. He's close to the sticks. He'll be a couple of yards short.
Ball is pass complete to Shardavon.
Oh, that was Shardavon, excuse me, not Sumlin.
Third down and 2.
So third down and 9, or second down and 9, turns into third down and 2 on a 7-yard pass to Shardavon. Just his 4th catch of the night. Brings up third down and 2. We saw a 3rd and 2 and then a 4th and 2 earlier that Paulding County couldn't convert. Can they here? Almost offsides on the near side defensive end from Alexander. Did a good job to stay behind the ball. Paulding County will hand it off to Kelly. Right side, and he is stood up.
Yep, nope,
he can't get it. He gets up to the 11. That brings up 4th down and 1.
Tackle at the 5-yard line by a host of Cougars.
There's still some time, but this one might be the game.
4th down and 2 yards to go.
Yeah, if they don't get a touchdown right here, it's going to be extremely difficult, if not impossible.
Under 8 to play in this game.
Well, and
Malden under center. Looks like quarterback sneak
It's
type
almost like-
formation. And somebody jumped off sides. Was it Paulding County? It was. That was a false start. Said jumped off sides.
I know what you mean,
Either
yeah.
just jumped in general. So now, 4th down
That was
and
one
6.
of those where it was a false start, everybody but the center.
Literally. The entire left side of the line and also the right guard. Right tackle stayed put and the center did, but 3 of the 5 offensive linemen jumped. Miscommunication. It'll kill you. 4th down and 6 on the Alexander 16-yard line. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Malden throws, and it's intercepted. No, incomplete in the end zone, and that's another turnover on downs. Looking for Tyler Smith, just a little inaccurate that time for Malden. Alexander has it, and they can run some serious clock off.
From their own 11-yard line.
We heard, not trying to eavesdrop, but we've got the Alexander coaches in the box with us. I believe one of the coaches talking, who I would assume is the quarterback, just saying nothing fancy, just hand it off.
Yeah,
just run the ball, and that's
sweeps,
the mentality.
Just running, just hold on to the ball.
Alexander assuming they hold on, a hard-fought victory here. We've definitely seen why people think they're one of the best teams in 6A.
I'm going to have to agree with them.
It's going to be a run for Foster, right side, gets up past the 15. He'll fall ahead to the 17. Gain 6. Foster up to 175 rushing yards on just 14 carries. Second and medium now for the Cougar offense. A bunch formation on the right side. 1 receiver split out wide to the left. Eccles in the gun, and Foster to his right. Eccles with the snap. It's high. He'll hand it off to Foster up the middle, and he busts through somehow, keeps those legs churning, and that's going to be a 1st down.
Yeah, wow. What a great effort right there by Foster.
5-yard pickup for TJ Foster. Just can't bring him down. And Foster will be brought out, I believe, here as Donovan Hoskins checks back in. Foster came into the game with 252 yards in 2 games. He has 180 in this game. I'd say his yard per carry is going to skyrocket after tonight. Same formation, no reason to change it up. 1st down and 10 at their own 21-yard line. They run it again, coming near side with Hoskins. Sheds 1 tackle, stiff arms Odabimi, jukes inside. He's up to the 30, to the 35. Keeps fighting ahead. He's down past the 40. Where did he step out of bounds?
Wow.
They're continuing to walk down the field. They're going to say he's down to the 44. That's a 23-yard pickup for Hoskins.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you're Alexander, you're happy with it, but you're also saying, well, we're getting to run some clock. Just stay in bounds.
Hoskins must be we see it here. He's a tremendous athlete, but he's also, not only is he he's a phenomenal defensive player where he kind of shines, he's also the backup quarterback, and obviously shares some time as a running back here with Foster to give him some breathing room from time to time. So must be a very, very athletic young man.
Paulding County trails 28-6 here at home. Alexander about to move to 1-0 in region play. Paulding County, assuming that there's no amazing comeback, going to fall to 0-1 in region play, 2-2 overall. Patriots hitting the road next week, traveling to Douglasville to take on Douglas County. 3 straight weeks, or 3 straight matchups, that is, taking on teams from Douglas County. Beat Chapel Hill in their last game 38-30 and trailing tonight 28-6. Alexander bringing their offense back out onto the field. They have it 1st down and 10 on their own 44-yard line. This is just a grind it out, get out of here with a win type drive for the Cougars. 2 receivers, tight end to the right, receiver to the left. Eccles in the gun. Hands it off to Foster. Up the gut, past midfield, down to the 50. Gained 6 yards. Another nice pickup from T.J. Foster. He's closing in on 200 yards. We'll see if he can break that mark before this game ends. If he keeps with those types of carries, it won't take long. 5:08 to play in the game. Paulding County with 1 timeout left. 2nd down and 4 at midfield. Trying to work the snap count. Patriot defense closing in. They'll run it with Foster right side. He stumbles but falls ahead. Should be close to a 1st down, and they'll give it to him.
Such a great cutback right there. I mean, the play was actually going to be to the left side. He cut all the way to really off tackle to hit that hole or to find a little bit of a running room right there. That's just so hard to teach. Just has to be instinctual. He does such a good job.
Continuing to milk this clock and run it down. Eccles content to watch the play clock, which sits at the field, roll down to 15. He'll get the snap, hand it to Foster. 1 cut, and he is in the clear. He's up to the 30, still fighting, and out of bounds around the 30, maybe the 28-yard line, but a flag is down. We'll see who this penalty is against. And it's a hold against Alexander. And in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't hurt that much.
No, it really doesn't.
Because it's not like the time from that play is going to be put back on the clock. And with the way you're running the ball, 1st down and 20, that just means 2 plays and we got a 1st down.
Yeah.
So another big pickup by T.J. Foster is taken off the stat book, but he remains in the game. He has been perfect tonight. 17 carries, 190 yards, 1 touchdown.
My goodness.
And if he gets him to the original line of scrimmage, he hits 200. They'll hand it off. This is Hoskins on the run. Hoskins gets ahead, back past midfield, down to the 49. It's a gain of around 7 for Hoskins.
Yeah, somebody hurt, I can't tell.
Someone injured for Paulding County, a defensive lineman just stumbling around there. He's trying to make his way to the near side of the field. That is number 58, Talon Cochran. He's had a couple of very nice plays. Paulding County trailing 28-6 here on the Mountain Coast Network. Thanks again for listening in this evening. Once again, our sponsors are Georgia Highlands College, Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, Logical Systems, McDonald's of East Rome and Armuchee, First Bank Mortgage, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Georgia Power, and Automax. Play is whistled back in. When the play starts, we'll have 3:45 on the clock. And it starts actually when the play clock starts. 40 on the play clock after that injury timeout. 2nd down and 13. Eccles in the gun. He's got 3 receivers to the left and a tight end to the right. T.J. Foster, I believe, standing beside him. No, it's a backup running back. They'll run it with him right side. He hurdles a man, keeps his footing, then falls down after a gain of 3 yards.
Like sophomore Jaden Cheeks, who also looks, he ran that one well. I mean, did a good job, hit the hole hard. I kind of like seeing how well they come out of their stance and get to the hole.
Cheeks was the player who fielded a couple of those early kickoffs, the squib kicks in this game, and getting a chance to tote the rock here late in the game. 3rd down and 10 for Alexander, just trying to keep this clock a-rolling. They'll run it with Cheeks, a counter to the left side. He's still fighting somebody on his back. He's going to keep his legs churning, but he only ends up with a gain of around 5 or 6. So it'll still be 4th down and medium here for the Cougars. 2:28 to go in this game.
The run off the left side for the Cougars goes for 2 yards, only 4th and 5 from the 41-yard.
They'll have it on the Paulding County 41-yard line. 4th down and 5. Steve, as they are content with running this clock down to 1 second, then calling timeout before they decide what to do. You know, we'll keep it right here with just a couple minutes left in the game. What are your impressions of Paulding County? What do you think they need to really work on before they head to Douglas County next week?
Well, I think it's hard to say because they're missing several starters. That's not it's not an excuse. It's just a reality. They are. But
you don't know if those guys come back.
But you don't
it's
know.
Be better, yeah.
You don't know, and because that's been the thing that we've kind of seen. That's kind of been it's got to be frustrating to the coaches. Is they're not very consistent. They play a half of a game well. They'll play 3/4 of a game, or 3/4 of a game well. This is a really, really good team. They've got a lot of positive things going, but early in the game they've lost kind of both 2 good receivers and a couple of defensive players, and so but just overall play as far as line has to block better, has to give Malden room, time to throw. But there's also some positives. They had some chances to where this could have been a blowout. You talk about the hustle play by J.J. Kelly to track down Dukes there. That would have been a touchdown. Just they've had some good. They've shown some good things. They've just got to put a full game together.
Jacob Tucker punts it away. It is down at the 11-yard line, so Paulding County has 89 yards to go before they can think about putting it in the end zone. Minute 39 to go. This game is over. It just depends on what the final score will be. Maybe some final stats as well. 2 receivers to either side for the Patriots. Malden in the pistol. Looking to pass, looking to the left side. He'll just tuck it and try to get what he can. Defense closed in quickly. He loses 5.
Yeah, he sure did. 23, Elijah Casey, one of the senior linebackers, just came in hard. And as Malden tried to step up into the pocket, just wasn't able to do that with no room whatsoever.
This is a night that Braden Malden and much of this Patriot offense would like to forget. First time this season that we've really seen Braden struggle. 209 passing yards, an interception, a couple of fumbles. And it's thanks to this pressure that Alexander's defense has dialed up. In no hurry to get the play off. Clock rolls under 30 seconds. They'll hand it off to J.J. Kelly, and he hits a brick wall, gains just 2.
I tell you, man, this is a really, really solid defense. And like I said, it's not just the fact that they're hitting hard. It's the fact that they're in their spots all the time. They very rarely are out of position. They do a great job of staying at home. They do a good job of covering receivers, and these are really, really good receivers that Paulding County has. So they've played a really, really good game. I'm not sure if this is how they played all the time, but what we have seen tonight has been impressive.
They'll run it again on 3rd down and 12. A big carry there for J.J. Kelly, still on his feet. He's at the 40 at midfield, the opposing 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Paulding County. No quit in J.J. Kelly. He takes it all the way in.
Wow.
How about a 91-yard touchdown run for J.J. Kelly with 7 seconds left? and Paulding County will get a touchdown on the board.
I tell you, though, if anybody deserved to score,
yeah, you're absolutely
it was
right.
that young man. He's played a really, really good game. Went hard, played hard all game.
Absolutely. A 12-point swing when you consider J.J. Kelly as the touchdown he took
absolutely.
off the
That's
board.
a good point, yeah.
Now, obviously not in consecutive plays or anything, but extra point, and they have one player too few. An extra offensive lineman will have to come in. Clay Walters about to boot the point after touchdown. See if he can make it a 15-point game. It's 28-12. The kick is up, and it's good. Paulding County trailing 28-13, just enough time for a kickoff, maybe a kneel down, and that should just about do it. Patriots get a little bit of, motivation going.
Yeah.
Going into this next game, but it's still a tough loss. A great Alexander team, good game plan coming in, and great execution as well.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
This is a team that we're going to be looking at and saying we saw them, when people were talking about Carrollton and Rome in this region.
Yeah,
and, you're seeing Alexander under first-year head coach Olton Downs. There's going to be some special things coming from this program.
Well, they just do a lot of things really, really well,
Yeah.
and that's what you have to do. And they play. Their defense is solid. Offense is obviously solid, and so there's not a lot of weaknesses there. And the thing about Paulding County doesn't need to hold their head down, because they've hung with them for the most part by some pretty big plays.
Paulding County will attempt the onside kick here, and they're going to bring out the senior, Bryce Wardlaw, to do the honors. Timeout called so they can talk it over with 7 seconds left. Got to respect the resiliency, though, by Paulding County to still keep fighting. I mean, it's 3rd down and 12, last play of the game. You could easily just get a couple of yards and fall down if you're J.J. Kelly.
Yeah, absolutely. Or could have gone down. He was hit about the 40, about the his 40. On Alexander's 40. But he continued to bounce off that and keep fighting and end up breaking loose. So, yeah, I agree with you.
90-something. We have 91. It could have been even further, to be completely honest with you. But a long touchdown run there for J.J. Kelly. He makes it 28-12. The extra point up and good from Walters, 28-13. And now, with 7 seconds remaining, Paulding County to attempt the onside kick. Patriots back in action next week at Douglas County, right here on the Mountain Coast Network. If you can't tune in, or if you can't make it to the game, make sure to tune in. As Wardlaw about to attempt one of the hardest plays in football, the onside kick. Ball at the 40, needs to go to the 50. Wardlaw is set. And this one off the knee of an Alexander player, but then he scoops it up and recovers it just at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, I'm always interested in seeing what kind of onside kick people try. That was more of a kind of a line drive right at a player to see if it would bounce off of him. That it didn't work. He did a good job of just kind of collapsing with it so it could trap it and catch it. Sometimes they'll do for the big bounce, try to get the play, try to get one of their players to be able to get down there and field it, but that obviously did not work, but worth a shot.
Got some younger players in there on defense for the last play. You've got Adam Hamada, the junior. Also got number 11, Quan Philpott, on that defensive line. Also number 24, Daniel O'Neill, the sophomore at linebacker. Just a kneel here for the Cougars. They can walk out of here and improve to 3-0 on the season. Eccles under center. He'll take a step back, kneels, and that will do it. Alexander walks away with a 28-13 win on homecoming at Paulding County High School. A big 15-point victory for the Cougars. Paulding County falls to 2-2, 0-1 in region play. Not the start to region play head coach Van Spence was hoping for, but a chance for Paulding County to regroup throughout this week and try to upset a very talented Douglas County team next week.
Yeah, I think though you could take away with the fact that they fought the entire game. Plus, like I said, it could have been a blowout, but they hung with them. They didn't quit. They didn't give up. And this was a very, very, very good Alexander team.
Looking at the final stats, Paulding County actually had more total yards than Alexander with that last touchdown run. Paulding County with 152 on the ground, 209 through the air. J.J. Kelly with that last run improves to the longest rusher, or the best rusher of the night for Paulding County. 105 yards and 1 touchdown on 9 carries. You also had 27 yards on 10 carries for Mason Hamilton and 6 yards on 2 carries for Micah Kelly. Braden Malden finishing with 209 passing yards, 1 interception, and 2 fumbles. How about Khalil Jones, though? 163 receiving yards on 9 catches. That's got to be close to a school record, if not.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's
great game for him catching the ball. Francois Chardavon, 4 catches, 23 yards, and 24 yards on 2 catches for Frederick Sumlin. As for Alexander, first and foremost, let's just say hello to T.J. Foster. If you don't know the name, you might want to learn it, because you're going to be hearing it on Saturdays. You might be hearing it on Sundays if he keeps playing like he did tonight. 17 carries, 190 yards. He had a touchdown to go along with it. He was just phenomenal tonight. Donovan Hoskins, 8 carries, 82 yards as well. Jaden Cheeks, 9 yards on 2 carries. And a good, efficient game from Jared Eccles, the quarterback. 37 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Nothing too fancy. They didn't need it.
You know, it's funny. We hadn't really talked much about Eccles, but he, I feel like he is Alexander's version of Malden. I feel like he has a really good grasp of what that offense is supposed to do and what it needs to do. You know, the only things that you could say kind of fault is they did have at least, I think, 2 delay of game calls. Other than that, though, I mean, he ran the offense efficiently. He did a good job. He wasn't flashy, but when he had to make throws, he made throws. He did a good job of just managing that offense.
So that should just about do it. Good luck to Alexander the rest of the way. Paulding County back at it a week from tonight in Douglasville at Douglas County. Patriots taking on the Tigers on the road. Should be another tough matchup, but a fun one. And looking forward to seeing how the Patriots battle back next week. Steve, final thoughts?
I just feel like it was, like I said, it was a well-played game for the most part. It was a fun game to watch. Just curious to see. You're looking forward to seeing the next game and seeing how they respond.
Well, that should just about do it for everybody at the Mountain Coast Network. For Steve Turrentine, I'm Logan Maddox. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your weekend. Your final score, Alexander 28, Paulding County 13.
You've been listening to a special presentation from the Mountain Coast Network. Paulding County High School football game coverage on MCN has been presented by Georgia Highlands College and in part by Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, Logical Systems, your East Rome and Armuchee McDonald's, First Bank Mortgage, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Georgia Power, and Automax. Thank you for listening, and please support our sponsors. Follow MCN on Twitter at MTN Coast Network and on the World Wide Web at mountaincoastnetwork.com. Paulding County Patriot Football has been brought to you on Mixlr.com by Georgia Highlands College and the Mountain Coast Network.